going on, everybody? Welcome back to another electric episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition. I am your host, Nick, joined by the household. And Vibes went 1-1 this weekend.
We won our game.
Congratulations to the Vibes.
The household. Won. Congratulations to everyone listening because you also chose that by
the
default.
Pittsburgh Steelers triumphed over the Atlanta Falcons.
As we knew they would. Right? We knew.
Black and yellow, black and
y'all
yellow.
almost went 2-0.
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Yeah. The Jaguars of Jacksonville, Florida, were ahead of the Dolphins of Miami, but the Miami Dolphins came back at the end. Lots of drama in the NFL this week, and I don't, and that's the thing.
Drama?
Yes. It's not about the little men trying to score points. It's reality TV.
I feel like the
people.
actual drama was in our household when you thought Jordan Love was not going to be there.
Oh my
the
God.
whole
No,
season.
it was not.
I did ask him, I said, who's your favorite person? And he looked at me like, who? Person? And I was like, player?
Listen, other than the fact that I am
He's like, Natalie.
wonderfully happily and the luckiest man in the world because I am married to my wife, Natalie.
Oh my God.
Favorite person?
Same.
And
Right,
I
same.
have the most gorgeous, wonderful daughter, and both give me purpose. But thank God, I did tell Jared, who was at my house when Jordan Love got hurt, that if this happened and I was still single and alone, this might have been the end for me.
Oh boy.
Um,
Oh boy.
I waited 200 days for this season to start, and then all of a sudden, the Packers lost. Fine. It's game one. It's fine. They have 16 more games. They'll recover. But if Jordan Love was out for the year, I went to bed thinking maybe he's out for the year. What would be the point, honestly, of tomorrow? What would be the point? I don't know.
The drama.
But thank God he's only going to miss a few weeks. We hope. So much drama in the NFL. It's reality TV.
Wait, why is he missing it? Rewind.
He hurt his knee.
Oh.
And what sucks is because it's happened with 6 seconds left in the game. It's
a little sad, yeah.
It was really unnecessary and sad. Yeah.
Unnecessary.
Some might say it was cheap.
No one checked in on me. I'll say that.
Yeah.
After that happened, everyone was like, how's Nick? How's Nick? And I'm like, hello, I'm the one who has to deal with him.
I thought it was pretty good.
I just very much was like, I'm not going to say a word. And then I did try to point out my paint job in our bedroom because I painted one wall and he was like, I can't. I just can't, Natalie. Like Jordan Love. And I was like, okay, sorry. I don't know what I was thinking.
But I was pretty good. I was quiet. I was to myself. I just needed I needed the night. I
know. And I did not say a word. I duct taped my mouth shut.
Well, before the Dolphins of Miami triumphed over the Jacksonville Jaguars, Tariq Hill got arrested on his way into work.
To the game?
For what?
I don't know. I think for mouthing off to the cops. He got pulled over for a traffic stop, and there's this video of him, all these fans going to the stadium, and they see Tariq Hill being handcuffed by the cops and thrown to the ground on a little... I think the word on the street right now is the cops were a little unnecessarily rough with Tariq Hill, who apparently drives like a Lamborghini.
Do you think the cops were definitely Jaguar fans or
Dolphin fan? Well,
I think the cops
they're preying on the downfall for the
I think the
Dolphins.
cops were don't talk back to me fans, and the cops were copping. I think
Cops
it seems
copping.
we're
okay.
a little unnecessarily.
So did he miss the game?
Nope, he scored an 80-yard touchdown to
Oh my
win
God.
the game.
That's
Wait,
on comeback.
so-
And then after he scored the touchdown, to celebrate the touchdown, put his hands behind his back and then tweeted, "When you're him, nothing can stop you."
I mean, I respect that.
He was
Period.
popping off. Yeah, a lot of drama. And did you know the Pittsburgh Steelers, who did triumph?
We love it. We're loving the triumph this morning.
They triumphed. It's an empowering
oh my
word.
God, yes.
Very victory,
empowering.
heroic.
Empowering, just like Whitney, it was empowering for
Everything.
promoting a sex toy.
Yes.
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 Empowering.
Vibrators.
Yes. Yeah. Both very empowering. The Chicago Bears beat, unfortunately, our friend Will Levis, our friend who we haven't met. We call him our friend because he's dating our friend.
Exactly. And I honestly, they were doing
doing
really
well.
good. And I texted
17.
Victoria and said, Will is popping his pussy during this game. And she was like, no, I know. Like, I'm freaking the fuck out. And then,
And then his pussy
slowly
stopped popping.
his pussy was then put in a box and he no longer was popping that shit.
And then the Bears fan who have Caleb Williams, formerly USC quarterback, everyone's really excited about him, number one pick. But like the Bears, they only won because of their defense and special teams. Caleb didn't do so hot. A lot of Bears fans want to take credit for that. Yeah. So much drama this weekend.
Question, what did the quarterbacks do again? They throw the ball.
They throw the ball.
Okay.
Yes.
Bless you.
Just for the people like me listening.
No, yes, of course.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So much drama, but congratulations. 1-1. You almost went 2-0. I was really rooting for you.
I know. I was rooting for us too. I got a lot of DMs being like, "Our Steelers won," and I was like, "Yes, they did! Look at us go!"
So much drama in the reality TV world of football. There's so much more. I could go on and on and on about the drama.
He definitely could.
But I won't.
Great. Let's move on to household headlines, shall we?
Take it away, Justin.
Well, Dream Kardashian at age 7 has her Instagram.
Seems
Dream
early.
Kardashian is Black China and Rob's
Yes.
daughter.
Dr. Angela White,
Yes.
Sorry,
Yes.
very sorry, Dr. Angela White.
formerly known as Black China, also a Special Forces recruit.
Yep.
Yes, of course.
Friend of show.
But
Yes, of
age
course.
7, like, is that too young for a child to have an Instagram?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
What are you posting about?
But is that like the modern age of like when you start Instagram?
Not for River.
Okay.
She
Solid.
captions her first post, "Welcome to my page," and in the bio it does read, "Account run by parents."
Listen, I mean, teach their own.
I don't think that Dream is like writing her, like picking her photo, filter, caption, tagging, posting. I don't think she's doing all of that. I am sure that this is definitely her parents being like, let's like get some followers on her account. Maybe she'll get a couple brand deals.
Yeah.
I would have thought it was the other way around. That like they say it's run by the parent, but it's actually the child posting everything, just not reading the comments, DMing. Because isn't that what North did when she started her TikTok?
I don't know.
It's ran by Kim, but it was like North was the only one posting TikToks the whole time.
Yeah. And alone, or with her friends. So I don't know. I guess we'll kind of see if it's only her
Wait,
first
she
post.
was-
North is also like 14, right?
Yeah. Well, when she
Well,
first
she started it when she was like 10,
During-
12 maybe.
yeah, during the pandemic, I
Yeah.
feel like.
Hmm.
So I'm saying we'll see once the posts come out if it's like Summer Moon clearly taken by your mom or if it's like
I don't like to parent shame.
I set it up.
It's to each their own. I think it'd be early for us,
Yeah.
but to each their own.
How old was everybody when they got their first social media?
Social media?
Yeah.
Well,
I would say
I was a freshman in college when I got my first cell phone,
Oh.
okay.
and I had 100 minutes a month,
And it was like
unlimited
a car
nights
phone,
and weekends,
right?
Oh, you had to pay for the minutes.
unlimited nights and weekends, starting at 7 p.m.
Did you have a car phone?
A car phone. What is
I had
that?
Snake.
Did you have a rotary?
I had a wait.
Text didn't exist.
That's a landline.
Text did not exist. It wasn't a thing.
Right? Text didn't exist.
Did not exist.
Wow.
There was no such thing.
I got my first phone when I turned 13 because my dad was like, you get a phone when you're a teenager. So
Smart.
Literal.
13,
Very literal. Yeah.
Yep. So we all waited until we were 13. All my siblings got one at 13.
Sarah, what about you?
I think I was 12.
Okay. Yeah, I was 12 too.
Yeah. I was in junior high for sure.
Well, Anna Delvey has a phone, and she's on the internet saying that Whoopi owes her an apology, and the rest of the View host.
What has Whoopi done this time?
So we know Anna Delvey's on the next season of Dancing with the Stars,
Yes.
and Whoopi said she still owes people money. I don't understand why she gets to stay in the U.S. Delvey responded saying, "While you are entitled to your own opinions, you should at least get your facts straight. I served my time and paid everyone back in full 3+ years ago. Looking forward to your on-air correction. Stay nasty, ladies, but don't forget to vote September 17th.
I love how she says, "Don't forget to vote." My immediate thought is like she's talking about the upcoming election, but no, she's talking Dancing with the Stars. But
Duh.
Well,
we
yeah.
love. Yeah.
Stay nasty, ladies.
nasty.
Honestly, I will be taking that.
That's kind of it's good.
She ate.
That's good.
Yeah.
She ate.
But do we think like Whoopi's valid for saying like she's a criminal? Why is she dancing on the stage?
I think that is a valid opinion because
Yes.
she is wearing an ankle monitor. You
It is-
have you
yeah.
are a criminal. You've
Convicted.
you fucked over a lot of people. You broke a lot of laws. You are a convicted felon. Like she is valid to have that opinion. But also if your facts aren't right, you can't be going on air spreading wrong facts to the world. Like
Yeah, without saying sorry, got my facts wrong. Did Goldberg throw in the necessary alleged word before
I'm not
any
sure.
of these commentaries?
Not
Because if
sure.
she did say alleged, then she could be
I
like, "Oh, well,
doubt
it was
it.
alleged."
Whoopi does make a lot of gold what?
Goldberg.
Headlines.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoopi,
boy.
Whoopi is whooping.
She's whooping.
Listen, it's America. It's
Yeah.
not, it. You can have it. I don't. Good for her. I want to see Anna Delvey on Dancing with the Stars.
It
I
is
think
crazy.
it definitely makes people want to tune in, but I think for the people who are like mad about it,
Who's she? I mean, she did only rip off rich people.
Well, in the
Sure,
process, she ripped off like not rich people as well.
yeah, because it was
who did
like
she
some
screw
it
up?
was the people at the
Hotels.
hotel who worked at the hotel.
Mm.
She fucked over a lot of them. Like they got
Oh.
caught in the crosshairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well.
But maybe she's learned from her mistakes
Maybe.
and she has grown and she's a better person.
Yeah.
Like rooting for you, Anna.
I've seen people on the internet say that she manifested this.
Period.
Like she
I
was
think
trying to
did.
be someone her whole life, and now she actually is someone.
This is all.
like it's the grand scheme.
This is all to get on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be a
Wow.
star.
Okay. Well, yeah. By definition, she is a star.
Okay. I want your
Stay
thoughts on
nasty.
this one, Nick. So there's a professor at the University of Tennessee who offers extra credit to students who left the class to a song of his choice. And basically, if you played a sad song, that means you failed the midterm. If you played a happy song, that means you passed the midterm. So in front of the whole class, he would call your name. So he would say like Nick Viall. You would stand up and he would play a song based on what your score is, and you'd have to walk out to it for extra credit.
And then everyone would find out whether
Everybody
I
would know
passed
whether
or
you
failed.
passed it or failed it.
Oh my God, give that extra credit. Who gives a fuck?
That's what I said. I would do it.
Are you kidding? I used to, whenever I made bad grades in school, I'd be like, oh my God, I made a 42 on this. Like, I'd like show everyone.
No, my favorite Natalie story when it came to tests was what? Tell them.
Oh, in math. Y'all know I'm not the best at math. And every single math test I would write, I'm sorry, with a sad face. And I actually have a picture of
I did that on my AP
the one
test.
time that I did that. And let me just show you.
It's so cute.
It is
This is
cute.
smart because they give you a better score.
They do. She said, "Don't be sorry, you did great." She wrote under
Aw.
it with red ink. "Don't be sorry."
Wait,
you
that's
did
Well, what'd you
cute.
get, Neff?
I actually the grade is not in the picture, so I'm sure probably still not that good. But
You tried.
I did try, and I was apologizing, so hopefully she would.
I think this teacher's
Love
an
me.
asshole.
I think it's ingenious.
What? I mean, but what do they get for the extra credit? Just the willingness to be publicly shamed?
Well, but if you pass the class, you get the
Don't
extra
you always
credit.
say like shame is good or something?
No. I
Oh.
don't.
Oh,
When do I say that?
I feel like I've heard
I think
something.
a couple weeks ago I said shame, despite its many negative aspects. There are, at times, shame could be appropriate, something we learn from.
extra
Oh.
credit.
Extra credit.
I don't think this applies. The only thing they have to do to get this extra credit is the willingness to be shamed.
yeah,
Like they don't have to answer a question. There's no
Right.
bonus score. It's
Someone
just
says
like,
That's
low
why-
effort.
But if-
exactly.
If you passed and danced out, did you also get extra credit?
Yeah. So
how
if-
much
Yeah.
extra credit?
So-
yeah. Is this grade changing
Not
extra
specified.
Yeah,
credit?
right? Is this is like, oh,
You no longer fail?
2 points.
still an F.
Not specified, but like for example, if it was a happy song, or if you passed your class, or the midterm, you would get a happy song by like Will Ferrell, and then or Pharrell Williams. Sorry,
Will
Ferrell.
Very literal.
I always switch
'cause
it.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
And then
Williams.
if you failed it, you would get like a Billie Eilish like sad coming of age song,
Oh,
which I think is harmless. And I
I
think,
think it's
if you're
harmless
not
too.
good
How
at
is it
math,
harmless?
because if you're not good at math, you get the extra credit
Is
by
this
getting
college
humiliated.
or high school?
College.
It's
professional.
also
University
like
of
not
Tennessee.
that deep. Like people don't really care about other people's grades.
Yeah.
Listen, I wasn't bullied in high school like you were bullied in high school.
But I wasn't bullied because
and
I was stupid. I was bullied
Nick was
because like
popular.
I got bullied in middle school. But I'm just saying, like, in college it makes it a little different.
Yes.
And you're right, but like, who are we? Like, kids are fucking mean, and we're just giving them an opportunity to be like, you stupid fuck. You know, like.
No one in college knows each other. Like, assumably, it's a
I
university.
guess,
You're just a
yeah.
random
There
person
is-
in the
fact that
class.
it's college doesn't make it a little
A little
better.
different.
Yeah.
I'm kind of pro it. I think any way you can get some extra credit, I'm fucking taking it.
I'm for it too. I'm for it
I
too.
will. I'll.
Can't have shame if you have no pride.
I was going to say.
That's true.
I've got too much of that. I'd be like, that's not me.
So the alternative of this is the teacher walking around and like giving you your like paper and being like, "Talk to me after class."
Oh
So it's like,
yeah,
would you rather
hell
have that
no.
in front of the class or like, let me walk out to a good
No, but
song?
again, that alone is just like, yeah, you don't have the guts for everyone to know your grade. It's
My
such a teacher,
teachers,
though.
my teachers used to pass out the test, and she'd pass it like facing up, But then if you got a bad grade, she'd turn it over, and like
That's
that's
obvious.
fucking worse.
That's
yeah,
more embarrassing.
I would rather dance to a song.
You know when they say, like, it's the most amazing job. Like, there's not all doctors are created equal. Not all mechanics are created equal. Not all teachers are created equal. There's good teachers and there's shitty teachers. They're not all great, because like sometimes it's like, oh, it's a teacher. It's the most noble profession in the world. Yeah, for the good ones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's a lot of terrible fucking teachers out
yeah,
there.
I had some bad teachers.
Yeah.
You just reminded me, I don't know if you know of this, Nick, but there's Rate My Professors, and it's a website where when you're signing up for your classes, you can look up professors and they have like a 5-star rating or lower if they're bad. And they have like people reviewing them
Wow.
and like saying what they did wrong and like what they did right. And people use it to choose their professors.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I actually got a call from my microbiology professor. Like I was living here.
You took a microbiology class?
Yeah.
She's a STEM girly.
There you go.
Women in STEM. Sorry. And he called me like 3 years ago, maybe. I was like living here, well graduated. And I was like, this is weird. Like, what? So I'm like, hello. He's like, hi, Natalie. I'm like, yeah. He's like, hey, it's blank, blank. And I was like, how are ya? I was like, I wonder if he's gonna be like, so I accidentally misgraded and you actually never passed my class. And no. But he was like, I just like to call my students and check on them and see kind of, where they're at in life and, what they're doing. And
I don't know.
I
I
love
call
that.
bullshit.
it was
How
so
is this guy?
nice. No, it was so nice. He was the professor who first day of class gave everyone a test, right? You took the test and then at the end it was like, now please read the directions. And at the top it was like, don't answer, only put your like name and date on the test. But like no one reads directions. So a lot of people just started
like,
going.
When was the War of 1812? Like, was the question.
1812.
18.
I know. But I had a very similar
Like easy
test
ones.
like that, and they had a bunch of bullshit questions. But if it was
I'm like,
one
are
of
you fucking testing me, bitch? I don't know. You asking me when the War of 1812 was? I don't know. Anyways, but no, I thought that was so
Wait,
nice.
that's cute that he called you.
It was so
Like, it's
nice.
wholesome.
It's so
Yeah.
wholesome. Like he cared.
But you said it's bullshit?
But, I mean, I don't know why listen, I don't know why are guy teachers calling my girlfriend like years later after high school? It's just like,
It wasn't high school, it was college.
you mean,
I'm sure he was calling everyone.
sure, yeah. Well, I'm sure he definitely called everybody for sure.
Don't make it weird. It was very kind.
No, he's a hero.
Honestly.
Triumphant.
Triumphant.
He was triumphant.
Before we move on to the next topic, I forgot to mention that we do have Jonathon here this episode.
Woo! Did y'all
was-
see that TikTok?
Was he in Miami
Obsessed.
with
I saw
Jenn all
many.
weekend?
No.
I saw a couple.
And what I would do if I didn't win. I
Yes.
guess we'll never know. Did you see that?
I did, yeah.
Honestly,
I
I
can't wait to ask him.
I don't even care what's happening here. I love every minute of it. Every time I see
mean-
a new TikTok, I'm like, yes,
Eating it up.
Feed me.
On Thursday of Reality Recap, we have Jenn with us as well. So that will be also some tea. So fun week. Also, not to mention, on Wednesday's explosive episode of Going Deeper, we have all the women of the secret lives of Mormon wives, minus Taylor, who we had last week of Going Deeper. Made sense to have Taylor separately. Obviously, there was a lot of sensitive topics we wanted to discuss, her arrest and the swinging scandal, if you will. If you haven't listened to that episode, now that the secret lives of Mormon wives has been hitting the nation, everyone's talking about it. We'll be talking about it later this episode as well. The Going Deeper episode of Taylor, Frankie, Paul is already out. It is explosive. It is wild. It's a must listen. And this Wednesday of Going Deeper, we have all the other women from the show, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, minus Whitney, who we also invited, but in typical Whitney fashion, excluded herself.
Well, she also is like, 8 months pregnant, and she
But she was in town. She was there.
was
night.
in town.
She was at the premiere.
She was at the
and
party.
She
And
was at the party.
Yeah, so it had nothing really to do, which is fine. But she wanted to do her own thing
Mm.
and separate herself.
Hmm.
So I don't think she liked that. She doesn't want to be part of the group. She wants to be her own person. It's a wild episode. It's a fun episode. All the ladies are with us. Very a la kind of a little mini. And it's not a reunion, but it's like a little mini round table.
We had like 8 women in here.
5 or 6.
No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And they these ladies are giving. These ladies are giving. They're stars. They're committed to it, and I respect that. They're authentic. I mean, they really give. They open up the doors into your life. It's really quite great. Anyways, what's next on household headlines, Justin?
Quick,
Well,
wait.
Phil-
What?
Quite, it's really quite.
Quite.
Anyways,
Phil-
woo.
I'm excited.
Okay.
Are you excited for Philadelphia's naked bike ride?
Huh?
Oh my god.
So Philadelphia has a naked bike ride where
Ugh.
organizers people aren't limited to just bikes.
Listen,
so
there's
all forms of human
listen,
power.
there's a lot of
transportation.
things I don't want to see in this world, and a naked butt on a bicycle seat is one of them.
As Jerry Seinfeld
Scrotum.
once
It's
said,
all.
Yep,
there's
just, like,
good
hanging
naked
off the
and there's
front.
bad naked. It's mostly bad naked. And you know what? Good on y'all. I'm glad that you're positive about how you look, however you look. Look however you want. Love your body. I don't need to love your body. I don't want to see your body.
Okay.
I don't want to see a bunch of
Just because you have
Soft
self-love doesn't mean...
penises
Yeah.
or
Can you imagine that squish,
vagines.
the squish nut
Please stop,
just like
stop.
popping
I
out
can't.
of the
I can't.
seat?
Nick, you have to stop.
I support it. I would do it. Why not?
You would?
Why not?
You would get butt naked in front of the entire
Everybody
city.
else is naked. Might as well like see what it's like to feel
Yeah,
free.
good for you on doing it, but
Have the
why does it
win,
have to be a
like-
spectacle? Why do I have to see it?
Go inside.
What about children? Are
They
we
can go
locking?
inside
Are we
too.
locking our children away for the day?
Listen, I'm like, y'all know what's happening. Go inside for 1 minute. We'll pass by the
1
block.
minute?
Just
You think
we'll
it'll
pass
take
by the
1
block.
minute for
Business.
all of the people? What if we're like, River, let's go get a cupcake, and then like a wave of naked people on bikes ride by, and she's like, Mommy, Daddy, what's
And all these
that?
just titties just flopping after
Oh
they
my
go
God,
after a
and like
bump.
balls. Oh Jesus,
Yeah,
this is a nightmare.
I feel like for me, it's because I grew up in NorCal, and in San Francisco, this is so common for like nudists to just be like walking around that it's
That's
like
common
okay.
in Europe. Like
What
what?
do they
It's
say?
not-
You
that's
know,
not
when
common in Europe.
what's the saying? My rights begin when your rights stop, or
Something like that.
Your rights
sto-
end when mine begin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I have the right not to see your naked body.
That is true.
Okay, proposition. So there's UC Berkeley. There's a story that everybody knows about. I think it was like the 80s, 90s. A kid was going to the class nude.
What the
And
fuck?
the professors were like, you can't do this. Like, this is a public university. You can't be nude. He was like, this is my right to be nude. I'm a nudist. I identify as a nudist.
Well, of course.
They
yeah.
eventually sided with him that he could be nude in classes.
Well, it
What
is
the
Berkeley.
fuck?
It's
But then it
Berkeley.
like messed everybody. Like everybody was mad because it was like I'm sitting on a chair that like you were
Ew,
nude
yeah,
sitting
nasty.
on, and nobody ever knew. Like after, like the person sitting after would never know.
That's
Oh,
fucked up.
yeah.
Like they should at least have the thing that's in women's bathrooms that you lay over the toilet seat.
The
yeah, that
liner.
little like
At
liner.
least have
The
that.
liner.
Yeah, at least have liners next to your chair if you're gonna do that.
Lysol wipes, perhaps.
Yeah.
Listen, the reason the
What's-
people are blurred out on Naked and Afraid is because people don't need to see other people naked if you do not consent
What
to
is
it.
the difference between the person
Yeah.
who is identified as a sexual predator who has to register as a sex offender
Like
because they flashed someone
Indecent
Right.
exposure.
Indecent exposure? Yeah,
versus the person who wants to go on a bike ride?
That
is
or
so
learn
true.
math?
I don't know.
that's
What's the
true.
fucking difference?
What is the difference?
For the record, I've
Justin?
never done it.
Since you want to
I've
do it
never
so
done
I
bad.
identify as a flasher.
I've never done it.
Since you're literally
I don't
driving to where is it? Philadelphia.
That is a good question. Yeah. I don't
That's
know.
a great question. I wonder if any of our listeners are
In Philadelphia.
witnessing this. Whew, I hope not.
Babe, what would you, we're never going to, obviously, but if for some reason I just, broke up with you
Oh my God, my
and
nightmare.
then started,
Abandonment anxiety, everyone. Enter
Knock on
the
the
chat.
We'll talk about this later.
no, it gets worse.
Oh
And
my God. Perfect.
Prepare yourself.
River's 4-ish.
Okay.
Already
hating this. This is the future. She grows up so
come home,
fast.
and then I'm like going to introduce you to my new girl.
Wait, I'm still living in the house and you're bringing home your new girl?
And my new girl is Casey Anthony, suspected murderer of her daughter. That's happening. Yeah,
Oh,
Casey
no.
Anthony, you may or may not know her, is the lady who years ago was accused of killing her daughter. She was a young mother. She partied a lot. Tragically, her daughter passed away in shady circumstances. She eventually was acquitted. She was found not guilty. A lot of people had a problem with that. Anyway, years have gone by. She's moved on with her life. She apparently now is a homewrecker.
Oh my God.
She broke up a marriage, and now she has a boyfriend, and this man has a young child.
He's a dad of two?
He's
Dad
a
of
dad.
two.
Dad of two. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Casey did it, right? We think she did.
That's a lot of
I
emotion.
feel like she definitely neglected her child. I remember following the case. It's been a while.
She Google searched foolproof suffocation methods, and they didn't acknowledge that in the court case. So, I mean, sorry, I just had to add that.
That is
tidbit,
crazy.
You
That's
know,
Like
And-
someone who is on trial for murder clearly was not the best mother, not a good mother in some people's opinion.
No, I think
Yeah. Okay.
terrible mother.
Okay,
I think
terrible
we know
mother.
that for certain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
Because you can be a terrible mom and not kill your kid. You could just be neglectful and abusive.
That is true.
And it seems like she was definitely those things.
Yeah.
Why
That
did she get punished for that?
for
Just being an asshole.
No, it was just like it was a weird case. I think it's because she was young, she was pretty. There was a lot of things that were like in her favor, but they were saying there was a lot of evidence that wasn't put to trial that was very much pointing that she did it. So
didn't her parents even like
her parents
think
thought she did it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
For a second, I don't know. It's kind of all fucked.
It's messy.
It's gross.
But so
She's got a
she's
boyfriend.
been having an affair with the father of two since January, and the notorious murder defendant blew up her new man's 20-year marriage to be with him. Casey's friend, I was like, Casey, a married guy? And she just laughed and said, oh, shut up. I'm living the life I want.
yeah, that seems
Okay.
clear.
I mean, I feel like we're not really shocked that she's like
A horrible
continuing
person.
to
Yeah.
be, she like hasn't changed. She hasn't gotten, like we're still.
That would be scary to be the guy. Like I'm dating someone that at least has been speculated on killing a 2-year-old.
Scary to be the guy. I'm like scary to be the wife
The
that you were
wife,
just
the
cheated
torture.
on, and
Yeah,
then
that
it's like
too,
from somebody
exactly.
that was on trial for murdering their own child.
Yeah, your
he
kids are
deserves to
in-
go to jail for, if nothing else, being stupid as fuck.
child endangerment.
Like, I feel like if the wife needs, whenever there's this court thing about the child, like, she needs to 100% get full custody.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Because
true.
why, you know,
Because now
like,
her kids are in the presence of someone
absolutely,
who
her kids
allegedly
are in danger.
speculated.
The only problem with that is she
wasn't convicted.
found non-guilty.
Yeah.
And so, like,
But I think if, I don't know,
It's
you go to a
messy.
judge and you're like, this person was on, they weren't found guilty, but they were on trial for murdering their child.
it's a great
Like, I
question.
don't want them around my kids.
I don't know how it works. I would hope that you're right, but my faith in the legal system,
Thank you.
I'm honestly kind of shocked she never changed her name.
Me
I-
too. Yeah.
I think
like-
she's too much of a narcissist.
Kind of a good idea.
I think she likes the attention. A couple years ago, a documentary came out of her. Like, she wants the attention. This is not a person who wants to, like, go away and start over.
It was on Peacock. I remember that.
Yeah. Natalie has a point. I knew her name before I knew what she did.
Yeah.
Like, I
Like,
knew
you hear
of
that
her.
name and you know that that's a bad person, if anything.
Sure, but, you know, there
Wow.
are some people who believe that no press is bad press, and I bet she's one of them.
Ooh.
Terrible fucking person. Great news, everyone. Weird transition.
Yeah.
Vanderpump Rules is back.
Yay.
Speaking of narcissists,
Yikes.
not all. We love many of them, but there's probably at least one narcissist in the group.
You have been throwing that word around lately for someone who's like, hey,
No, I know. I'm just
the
having
media.
fun. I'm feeling loose today.
That's what the people are doing. And you're like, you can't throw that word around.
But I'm not saying who is. I'm just saying there's a chance maybe someone is.
Is Jordan Love a narcissist for injuring his leg during the
Oh.
last 4 seconds?
Oh,
Is
what?
he? Is he?
What a
We're
terrible.
just throwing the word around. We're
Yeah,
just having
Just testing
fun.
it out.
We're just throwing it around.
I don't think so.
I'm learning.
Yeah.
Well, so Pump Rules is back, but also we know there's a potential spin-off in the works. So we've seen images of cameras and crews and mics at SUR
Mhm.
with like new cast members. So people actually working at the restaurant.
Right.
So that
Mm.
might be part of the new season, but also it's like speculated that it's like a spin-off.
Maybe they're gonna try to
Like
I
to
don't know.
revamp it or bring it back.
But how is
as-
that? What Vanderpump Villa?
What?
Well, I'm assuming
How is that not
different.
But it's like-
Vanderpump?
I felt like that was a new Vanderpump.
Oh, right. Like different
Yeah.
location.
I mean, in my head, Lisa's kind of exiting Bravo. That's my own like
And moving to Hulu.
Moving to
Yeah.
Hulu.
thinking that she doesn't want, like, she's not on Beverly Hills Housewives. She's kind of not even in Vanderpump anymore.
That's true.
So I'm like, maybe she won't be in the new spinoff and it's just the workers of the restaurant.
So we're not calling it Vanderpump?
We don't know. I think what they're trying to do is that no longer does anybody work at the restaurant. So they need people that actually work there to redo the whole concept.
I think the biggest news of all this is that allegedly it says the entire cast, which entire cast means Ariana. Which,
Allegedly.
which, you know, I
Do you
think
think that also means Raquel Rachel?
no, she's
No,
not.
that
She's
she
not.
can't.
She's not part of the cast anymore.
She is judging pageants again. I saw that.
Okay, period.
That's random. But going
That's
back to
why
her roots,
she's not.
Based off
yeah.
of what? Like what category? Congeniate-
swimsuits.
Not character.
So she might be busy doing something else.
Okay.
she still will be talking about it. I am sure.
Well, Kristen Doty is engaged.
Congratulations, Kristen.
Yay.
We love
so
that
happy
for
for
Kristen.
her.
So am I. That is so sweet. I think it happened in Hawaii. I believe the Valley was filming, so we'll probably
Cast
see it
trip, yeah.
later on.
Yes.
Do you think that they were like, hey, we're taking a cast trip to Hawaii? And then Luke was like, well, that's a better place to propose than our house or somewhere, you know, and was like, let's just. Or do you think he told producers, like, I want to propose? And they were like, let's go somewhere.
I feel like he probably planned it knowing that they were going
They
to
were going.
Hawaii.
It's a good
'cause-
opportunity.
Yeah.
I think usually how it goes is that going into the season, someone sat down with Luke. It was like,
What's going on?
any chance we might propose?
Because
Oh.
last season was like the child.
Because if you do, how about we do it here? Something like that.
Okay.
Ah, that's so sick. Like literally just being like, hey, let's take the pressure off of you. We'll get you a
Right?
boat ride. You don't have to pay
Yeah,
for shit.
we'll plan the whole thing.
And her ring is stunning.
It is really
It's
pretty.
he did a really good job.
I'm so happy for Kristen.
Yeah.
Is this her first time being engaged?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
TV
That wasn't
too?
meant to be
Yeah.
like, it's
No,
somebody
no,
who's been
she's-
engaged multiple times.
She's been in like long-term relationships. Like she's that type of girl, but yet no, never engaged. So I'm happy for her that she found her partner.
Okay.
Someone said, "Where is Sheena? Or how is Sheena doing?"
Check on Sheena.
Check on Sheena.
Check on Sheena. Well, Sheena's engaged and married.
Yeah,
She's married.
yeah. But she also got engaged and married twice on Vanderpump.
It's also because I do wonder about that because Jax proposed to Brittany at like Neptune's Net next to a bunch of biker gangs at a picnic table. And they went on a cast trip, I think, to like Mexico or something like that. Like, it's like, why?
Oh no, the worst
Why that?
engagement of all
Yeah.
time was
Schwartz and Katie?
yeah, Schwartz and Katie. And like
At Pearls?
There was some creativeness to it.
What? No,
Like,
it
the
was
Didn't he, like,
it was at a
involve-
potluck.
Yeah.
No, it was at Tom Sandoval's birthday dinner, but he had actors fake a proposal next to him, and then he took the ring from them. Was like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
He missed the mark, but I see
It
the
was
effort.
terrible.
I see some effort there.
The fact that you have a network behind the possibility
Yeah.
of a elaborate
Yeah.
proposal,
Yes.
it was some weak sauce. I mean, we can say that now because the marriage is
We know
over.
how that ended up.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Valley, did y'all see that Zach Wickham, he posted in a tweet, riddle me this, how is it possible you come out of rehab a worse person than you went in? I guess referring to Jax.
I can answer that. You probably didn't take it seriously. Maybe you just did it for the clout or the attention or for the show. That's Powell. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't
Is
know.
that too harsh of him to tweet though? Like, are we supposed to support?
I guess it depends on what Jax has done.
Yeah.
You know, we don't
Sure.
know yet.
It's really hard because it's the Jax Taylor of it all. Like,
Exactly.
Jax Taylor has proven over the years to be capable of anything.
And sympathy doesn't
Nothing
work.
should surprise you.
Yeah.
He is willing to take advantage or use or exploit all these things that we wouldn't want to exploit, like mental health or therapy, to his own benefit. So it's just hard to take any of it seriously.
No, he seems like somebody, unfortunately, where I'm just speculating, I don't know, but he does seem like somebody that would kind of weaponize things that he learned in therapy and make that somebody else's problem.
A trump card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so I'm like, interested. To
I mean,
see.
Jax did say on his podcast, and for context, it's the one he shared with Brittany, but on this specific episode, it's just Jax.
Wait, how did Jax get the podcast and the divorce?
I'm assuming it's like a joint
It's joint
custody-ish
custody.
thing. I don't.
I think
They're
they-
sharing the
we don't know yet.
podcast?
We
like
don't know
she films
yet.
an episode with whomever she wants to film one with, and then he films with whomever he.
It's in the works of like deciding what happens, I think.
I think it's like 1 week on, one week off.
Okay. Yeah.
What did Jax do?
Well, so he said, just because I went to the facility for 30 days definitely doesn't mean I'm coming out cured or changed by any
We
means.
know.
Although I wish it did work that way, I'm a work in progress. I was like, God, I know the world's going to hit me with a ton of bricks, and I got to go back to filming The Valley. I know everybody's mad at me, and they're going to come at me.
So he is. He went straight from the facility straight to filming the Valley.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I can't sympathize with your mental health diagnosis if you're going to go right back into filming reality TV.
I agree. But also I can see where he's like, I'm going to come out with a ton of enemies. Like, I'm going to be possibly made the villain regardless of my change.
I
I can kind of see that part.
But again, that's why I'm like, I need to know what happened before him going in,
Agreed.
because I'm like, in what world would you choose to better yourself and expect that people would still hate you coming out of it unless what you did was
So
that
bad.
bad and you're also not willing to take responsibility for it after the fact.
It's just, we talk about this all the time on reality TV. We got Whitney, part of the Secret Lives of Mormon Hives, already fighting with her castmates in the Secret Lives
Mormon
of Mormon
Hives.
That is a mouthful. Can we get a nickname for this show?
I mean, I keep
Mormon
saying
Wives?
Secret Lives.
Secret Lives. of
I
Mormon-
keep saying Secret Wives of Mormon Lives. So
I
I
say
mean,
that
I get it wrong.
Secret Lives of the Hives on Mormons.
Yeah.
Good Lord, they had a bad allergic reaction.
That's hilarious.
Anyways, Whitney's fighting with her castmate. She's blaming the edit.
They're arguing in their
Yeah,
comment
they're
section.
arguing in the
Yeah.
comments. Listen, we know that networks, producers, TV shows do exploit mental health for TV. But like, again, we all know this. When do people who sign up for these shows get criticized for exploiting their own mental health? You can exploit your own mental health, can you not?
Yeah.
Is that
Especially
on Netflix.
fair to say?
You can
Yeah.
definitely say no and
Yeah.
protect yourself.
Or
for
put
sure.
the phone down. Don't film the breakdown. You know.
Put the phone down. Don't
put the
film
phone
the breakdown.
down and don't film
That's true.
the
I
breakdown.
love that.
Yeah, you could just opt out.
Well, and Andy also, I remember maybe it was like season 6 or 7 of like a reunion, but it was a constant, I think season 6 because Jax had cheated, but it was like them playing every reunion where he sits down and goes, I'm just a work in progress. I'm learning. I'm trying to be better than I was yesterday. And then it's like the next following season, you did something worse than the previous season. So that's where it's also kind of like, I would love to have faith in you, Jax, but at the same time, it's
Yeah.
like,
A work
you're
with
going to
no
somehow
progress.
end up being the victim because you went to therapy, but like you're not going to take responsibility for anything that you've done to put you there.
I think the next headline might be my favorite of the week. And this is off the heels of us very much having Lala's back last week when we were recapping Vanderpump on season 4, Viall Files Plus, in case you haven't signed up for it yet. We are popping off and recapping Vanderpump. We're on the tail end of season 4.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we were very team Lala this past episode. Not so much with this one.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, please.
So Lala Kent is holding off announcing her baby's name for Beyonce's birthday, which has passed now.
And she still hasn't posted?
She hasn't announced
But
it.
in like, what world is Lala or her child competing with Beyonce?
Well, I mean, I don't see it as competing because she said,
She does.
well, she said, I need to make sure that we can't announce today. No one's going to give a shit. It's Beyonce's birthday. And she basically said, I want to give my baby a moment. Like her name deserves a
Again,
moment.
that she is saying that she is competing with
This
Beyonce.
day's Beyonce's birthday every day. And if that was the day that your baby was born, it doesn't make a difference. And I don't think people are stopping their lives because it's Beyonce's birthday.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. But I think like
But that is implying that she thinks she's in the same
bracket or the same audience.
as Beyonce.
Yeah.
Like, was there any other press that day, or did all press stop for Beyonce's birthday?
Well, I guess it stopped according to law.
I didn't even know it was Beyonce's birthday. Sorry, Beyonce.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, there's usually like maybe a Vogue post or something, but I'm like, I don't think it's a national holiday where the news broadcast and everybody is talking about on Twitter Beyonce's birthday.
But I am now like very curious as to what this baby's name is because she's
Well, the good news is you'll be able to find out on Lala's next Amazon Live.
Probably.
Probably.
She did say, I'm going to wait. Baby S deserves her moment. So we know it's an S name.
Okay.
And she said it's a body of water, or it has to do. It's like it goes with
Sea.
ocean.
See,
That's what I thought, but I don't know.
waters.
Baby S. She's like, there's an S in the name somewhere.
Salt water.
It might be Beyonce. Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Yahtzee.
That's why she has
Beyonce
to
Kent.
wait. Beyonce.
I mean, it's
Kent.
giving Sheena.
Maybe it's Sheena. You just solved it.
Maybe it is Sheena.
Wait.
Baby S.
Baby S.
Oh.
Because only Sheena would not want to share the spotlight with Beyonce on her birthday.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you solve it?
No, but I truly am. And how long ago was this that she said this? Was this like
This was last week. So like she did it in a pre-recorded episode, but Beyonce's birthday was the 4th. She gave birth on the 3rd.
and so I need to look at Lala's page
I know. I
right
was,
now
like, I was
because
hoping she was just joking, but
I think it was
There's
she
nothing.
loves Beyonce, and I think she just said like I'm gonna wait till after her birthday to announce it. That's why I don't think it's like seriously a competition.
Yeah.
But
No, I mean, I know. I don't think Lala, if you ask Lala, she thinks she's competing, but it's just like, why put that out there as if like, just announce the name.
maybe she did it for herself. She's like, I can't think about anything but Beyonce till after. So like for my own sake of giving my baby the moment,
she's like I need
to wait.
I personally need to give
Yeah.
my baby her moment, and I can't today because
Yeah.
Beyonce. Because at the end of the day, like, and this isn't directed at Lala, it's directed at everyone. No one really gives a fuck what you name your child because
I mean, we moved on from Justin Bieber that quickly.
so
What do you name
quickly.
his kid?
Exactly.
Jack Blues. You loved the middle name.
I did. That's
Yes.
right. I
But see, you
did.
forget.
and he said it
you
a
move
week
on.
before Beyonce's birthday.
There you
He didn't
go.
care.
Oh. And nobody was affected.
There's a lot of decisions you have to make when you have a baby, and the one that I feel the most comfortable and safe making is using Huggies for our daughter, River. I always tell Nick that when River's crying, she's trying to tell us something, and that's the case with most babies. They express it through cries, and so we've turned to Huggies. The new Huggies Skin Essentials are here. A brand new dermatologist-approved line of diapers, wipes, and pull-ups training pants that are all designed with baby's sensitive skin in mind.
Their wipes are so thick and pH balanced to help maintain healthy skin. Their wipes have 0 harsh ingredients for a great, gentle clean.
The Skin Essential Diapers features the Skin Protect Liner, which is what helps take care of the ick and stick that can cause rash. They have this liner built in their diapers.
The whole diaper helps protect against the top 2 causes of rash by managing moisture and running mess. The liner gives you the barrier to help absorb moisture and lock away runny mess from baby skin. Pull-Up Skin Essentials has your big kid covered too with a training pant that is ultra soft and breathable to help protect sensitive skin through potty training. Learn more at Huggies.com.
Once again, head to Huggies.com to learn more. Listen, finding the right products for your hair can be incredibly hard. It can be very frustrating. It took me a long time, but as soon as I found Way, I found everything my hair has been needing. They have some of the best products on the market. A few of my favorites are the conditioning hair mask. I use it every other day in the shower, and it just gives my hair the deep clean, the moisture, it gives my hair everything that it needs. As soon as my hair dries, I feel the mask working. They also have a really great detox shampoo. I've recommended this to so many friends and family. It's really great if you're like doing a lot of product in your hair, if you haven't washed it in a few days. The detox shampoo deeply cleanses away buildup from styling products, oil, impurities, and more, leaves hair feeling refreshed and super clean. They have just a lot of great products. So if you are in the market, Way is a great place to start.
Natalie says nonstop amazing things about Way. She loves it. I love it. My holistic nutritionist sister, Way is the only brand she she will use.
Ouai restores hair health from the outside and from within. Through effective hair care products and proven nutritional supplements developed by an MD, everybody's got a type and Ouai is yours. Their shampoo and conditioner are made to deliver what's right for your hair type. With Ouai, you'll get the hydration that won't weigh you down, plus extra benefits that your specific strands need. Think volume and bounce, shine, and protection against frizz. Wash your way to healthy hair and get a hair routine that's made just for you by Ouai. Go to theouai.com, THEOUAI.com, and use promo code VIALFILES for 15% off any product. That's THEOUAI.com, code VIALFILES.
Real Housewives of Orange County. First of all, before have we been watching Tamara's like face peel videos?
Yes, it's scary.
That's wild.
I'm hooked.
I'm hooked too.
I cannot wait to see her finished product.
Chemical peels scare me. As a skincare person, I'm like, that's a lot of damage for good skin. You have the good skin after, but I'm like,
She's been showing that
she doesn't care.
burnt to a crisp face on.
Crispy.
I do appreciate it though. I will say,
Would
as
you
much as
do
I
it?
don't
Same.
like seeing it, I'm also like, I appreciate the transparency and that you're not just going to show up to the reunion with a new face and be like, oh God, I drink water and olive oil. Like, you know.
Because with
Yeah.
chemical peels, people usually like hibernate and like get off Earth for like 2 weeks.
Baby, if you do that someday, take a vacation.
From you?
What do you mean? You won't be there for me at my worst? Is that
Sweetheart,
what
if
you're saying?
you for some
Ooh.
reason walk into a burning building and
Wait.
unnecessarily
That's a real peel.
well, yeah. I mean,
Real burn.
again, if an accident happens and a tragedy happens where you have some, burns, I'm there.
Okay.
If you choose to fuck up your face for a week,
You
I don't
won't
know
take
if-
care of me.
I just don't know if I don't want to see the
I
You're
think
guy.
you're
gonna
just-
send me off like to boarding school or something. You're gonna just send me away.
You're just saying that. You would be there.
I mean, if I had to be,
You would rub
If
the
you
Vaseline
had
on her
to be.
face.
You wouldn't rub.
Did
the
you see her
Vaseline?
face?
I did. And did you see her husband helping her every step of the way? Admirable,
Yeah.
Triumphant.
triumphant of her
I
husband.
think he's making her do it because she's going to take him off the teat,
what?
the money tree.
Okay.
I think
you
Tamara's
think? the breadwinner.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pop
Oh yeah,
off,
she probably
Tam.
is. Yeah.
She's not giving him a choice.
Oh, so he's nerve.
Baby, I would be there by your side.
You would
Do
be
you
there.
even? Do you
I'd close
even?
my eyes. I just feel like what kind of.
Do you even know where this shirt is from?
Where's this shirt from? Did I buy it for you?
No.
Looks good. Looks
Do
great.
you don't recognize it at all?
What kind of kinky shit did we do in it?
No,
Oh
my
my
God,
God.
nothing.
Oh, fine. Did we get engaged in it?
Are you serious?
She's wearing a dress.
I don't-
Even I know that.
What?
Give us a hint.
Oh my gosh, this
What?
was the shirt I was wearing when we went on our walk. And
In Venice?
no, when we were living here, and I was like, we were not public yet,
Oh,
and I was like,
when we got
posting-
popped?
Yes, and the paparazzi were like hiding, and we had no idea. And
How was I supposed to remember that?
Well, because it was like
All I remember is my stupid face.
you didn't have a stupid face.
I had a stupid face.
I remember I was leaving the house to go get the COVID vaccine,
Mm.
and I was wearing this shirt, and yeah, it's from Urban Outfitters,
Okay, pop off.
It is giving her.
You'll remember that next time.
isn't it?
I will.
I put it on this morning, and every time I look at it, I'm like, this is like
Our coming out party.
our coming out party outfit.
Mm.
Wait, that is
Mm.
sweet.
Right? Like I can't ever get rid of it because one day I'll be like, River, look at this photo. This
I don't
is
think you
like
should get rid of it because you look fine as
Okay.
fucking it.
okay, Jesus Christ.
Damn.
That was like kind of aggress, don't you think?
I love my wife.
Should we make out?
Should we leave?
I was like, we can leave. I'll go.
Oh my God.
my God, you too.
Oh my God. Wait a second.
All right. Anyways, is question.
Justin and I.
I'm looking down. I'm like,
Is it
Mom,
like, is
Dad,
it-
please.
Stop.
Justin, do you agree that like, there are bad people who are part of Bravo universe?
like cast.
Yeah, like there's inherently bad people.
I don't know. I choose to believe people aren't bad.
You do.
I choose to try to believe that they make bad decisions, unless you're evil. There are some evil criminals out there, but
Well,
like
that's
for
what I'm asking.
Bravo,
I'm
but
just,
for-
but you're right. I think the
Yeah.
majority of human beings are good people who sometimes do bad things, and we have hopefully an opportunity to apologize, take accountability, reconcile, yada yada. And then there's just people who just Jax Taylor, if you will. I
Yeah.
think the collective people in this household believe that he is not of the good-natured quality.
Who are you-
Minus Jax Taylor.
who are you implying?
I'm wondering if Tamara Judge is a bad person.
I don't think she's a bad person. I think
Hmm.
she's lost in the storyline. and she does bad things because she cares more about the show than her friends.
Yeah.
Doesn't that mean bad person?
I assume she's a good mother to like her kids and her
Right.
friends off the
Based
show.
on what we've seen on the show, that's a bit of a leap.
She's a good friends with Teddy, assumably. So I think like she's just lost when the show is showing and they're filming. She's like, I'll do anything. Like I think that's just who she is.
But we know that Bravo incentivize, like
Yeah.
you get paid more.
I agree with you too that I do think that people are inherently good and do make mistakes and whatnot. It's another thing to make the same mistake over and over again and not take responsibility for it. And that's what I'm saying. Like bringing people onto the show to expose their weaknesses, claiming to be their friend, like that's not something that a good person does just for a paycheck.
What is
True.
going on with Shannon has been one of the tougher things I've had to watch on Bravo. It's every episode. It just feels like the emotional abuse of a very troubled person trying her best to fix her life. Shannon made a mistake. She is paying the consequences. She is facing the consequences of the legal system. It's been costly. It's been reputationally damaging to her. It's probably been emotionally damaged. Again, I think she got arrested for it. And then on top of that, like what we're witnessing with these group of women, just it's hard to. It's just it's fucking mean
It's
and
mean, yeah.
cruel, and just all of it. You know, even Gina, the whole video of it all. Like everyone knows about the video, but Shannon.
Shannon
all
did
talking
say
about
Shannon
it.
did say Gina was one of her biggest supporters.
I was
And I
gonna say
am
this.
glad that Gina did say that. Like
Yeah.
I know it was like definitely a fuck up, but like
She had to
Shannon
know.
deserved to know, and now she can like handle it in the way she needed to instead of it being like sprung on her where she's like put in this corner of like, fuck, like what do I do?
Or heaven forbid it be released without
And
her
she had no
knowing.
idea.
Yeah.
I mean, they keep talking about this video. As I stand now, everyone on this cast, minus Shannon, I think a little bit less of. Even our dear friend, and I'm a big fan of, even wonderful Heather. It's just why isn't anyone just really coming to Shannon's defense?
I feel like Gina and Emily
Kind
are.
of. I mean,
not to Alexis.
yeah,
though.
you know, Heather said as much as like, "Ooh, it's just kind of a little mean." They're kind of suggesting that this is a little too much. But like, where's Shannon's like ride or die sidekick who's really to have her back
Like
and
Vicky. Like where's Shannon's Vicky
yeah,
outside of Vicky?
and coming here and say stop this.
Yeah.
Stop this. This is wrong. This is inappropriate. No one's doing that. Not even Heather. And I think a little bit less of the entire cast for allowing this to go on. Is acting as if like, you know, everyone in this cast is giving the whole like, oh, that's really sad, but like, I don't know, I don't want to get involved. Like, it's not really a me problem. Like, you know, you see something that's kind of fucked up, but you don't want to stick your 2 cents into it because you don't want to like take on the shrapnel of, you know, you know, you stick your business where it doesn't belong and you catch strays. Like, what could have Shannon done that justify this type of behavior? They said, you know, they keep talking about the video, allegedly during the whole DUI accident of all, that Shannon almost hit John's child, which would have been, that would have been fucking terrible. Thank God it didn't happen. Obviously, if it did happen, it's a whole nother level of tragedy and consequence. But also, you know what almost hit means? Didn't hit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't happen.
And it also, we're hearing this from Alexis, who I struggle to believe sometimes. I think she definitely is like blowing up John's side to make it seem like more hate against Shannon. And so I think like almost hit could also be
It
like
never happened.
potentially.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe his daughter was outside, and now, you know, it's like my daughter watched that, and then it turned into like watched her speed off, then it turned into like was close to the
There.
car, and then almost hit her. Like, I feel like it's kind of a little.
They keep referring to like, oh, she put John through so much during this. Like, what? What did she? What? His reputation? His reputation is.
He's an insurance agent in Orange County. Like, what reputation is being ruined?
No, I mean, my
Is he running for
opinion of
governor?
John,
Yeah.
who I've never met, and my opinion of John and Alexis could not be lower.
Worse. Yeah.
Alexis kind of reeled it back this episode because she said with the whole suing that she tried to tell him to like settle, like take the settlement, and that he told her no.
Well, and that's what's
So even Alexis is kind of like turning off a little bit, maybe.
No, because she said she's going to have his back no matter what. But
Yeah.
what I think is interesting, and Natalie, this is kind of a question for you too, but I'm like, red flags, but like women choose to ignore, where I'm like, seeing how much vitriol he has towards Shannon while he's in this relationship with Alexis, should that not be a blaring red flag?
Absolutely.
Don't fuck up.
And then you're going to get
Yeah.
engaged, still talking about your ex, trying to sue her. Like, that's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah.
And what do you think he's going to do to you when you piss him off? Or when
Yeah.
he no longer wants to be with you?
And then, Tamara really seems to be promoting and supporting Alexis. Every time she has an opportunity to talk down and criticize Shannon, even
She jumps on, yeah.
she jumps on, especially from drinking to parenting, which again, Tamara doesn't seem to be in a position to criticize anyone for either drinking or parenting.
That, and Tamara also likes to talk shit about Alexis and how much she talks and all that stuff. Where I was like, this is a person who's a friend to none.
Two-faced.
I'm sorry. Like,
And again, yeah, I mean, if you want to do it for the money or do it for the plot or do it for the show, sure. Like you can be. There's no question that Tamara is an excellent housewife, entertaining.
sure.
We can even be grateful that she's on the show for
Mhm.
entertainment purposes. She's excellent TV. That she can still be a bad person.
Somebody I wouldn't want to know, personally.
Well, I just wonder if she's, and I don't agree with what Tamara's doing at all, but like if off camera is like her actual friends that aren't castmates, like I'm sure she's probably good friends with them.
I mean, short of Shannon being like, honestly, this is all bullshit and fake, and I don't care. Short of that,
Yeah.
like Tamara doesn't get to be like, I'm doing it for the show. I wouldn't normally
No.
do this.
Yeah.
Like if you're doing it for the show at the risk of torturing Shannon, you're potentially like, that's not how.
It always backfires. Like, not to bring Lisa Rinna back up, but that's what Lisa did on Beverly Hills, and she eventually like ran out of the storyline because
Mhm.
everybody hated her, and it was like, we can't have a villain that's completely just a villain on the show.
I mean, also, I think Shannon's like at the end when she shows that she sent a photo of her bloodied face to John, and he responded, texted her, but had no response to the photo.
Hours later.
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
he
Heartbreaking.
she said that she blacked out and then crashed into the planter 3 to 5 seconds after she left the driveway.
mhm.
So it's like she implied that she implied that he should have heard her or would have heard the crash or whatever. And then he ignored the photo and didn't text until the police came to the door, which is even more sus, where it's like, so you could have maybe known that your girlfriend was hurt
And
or
you didn't
injured.
check, didn't care.
And you had a picture sent to you, clearly.
and acted like nothing happened.
It's icky.
Yeah.
It's
It
so
is.
icky.
It is.
Well, and to answer your question, Nick, about like, should the women have done more, which I think they should have, or like supported more. But I wonder also if like they were afraid of associating themselves with something that is potentially legal and bad would look bad on them. Because I mean,
Either way, I still judge you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
because like
you-
even in Bravo history, like when Kyle Richards supported Erica Jane, she kind of got hate. When Heather supported Jen, like she got hate.
sometimes doing the right thing can get you
Yeah.
criticism for
Yeah.
sure. I mean,
Mhm.
and no one's sitting here defending Shannon for her DUI. I'm pretty sure we
No, it's bad. Yeah.
we
when it
criticize,
happened,
yeah.
yeah.
Before we watched the season when it happened, we didn't have a lot of nice things to say about Shannon. But now that she's sitting here really seemingly trying to do right and be a better person, this bullying and this, feeling like these are the people who feel like they're entitled to hold her accountable and everyone is just standing by watching this going down. And the best these women can do is feel bad for Shannon. That's all they're doing. They're just, oh, yeah, it really sucks what Shannon's going through. Oh, it sucks. Oh, I really feel bad. Have her back.
yeah.
Someone have her back. And again, Heather needs new friends. I cannot. It's just Heather having these scenes with all these women going through legal and financial problems when Heather seemingly, and again, I don't think she needs to solve all these women's financial problems, but you can't be hanging out with a bunch of people when you are loaded up. You have more money than you know what to do with. You have all the you're sitting there. Should we live here in this mansion or should we live in this other mansion? It just it makes you look out of touch and insensitive. And I know I'm not accusing Heather of being either of those things. But it's just
She did look very in touch with this episode though, because you had the fundraiser
Mhm.
and then like her kids like
Sure.
going to school in LA, so they're not bullied.
that doesn't make you a good person, though.
You think Heather's a bad person?
No, I'm just saying that in these moments,
Yeah.
all these women are
In
watching
comparison.
this person getting emotionally abused and bullied. And again, maybe it's just the edit, but this seems so fucking cruel to me. And no one is having her back. They're just feeling sorry for her. And to me, like standing up for someone in the face of criticism. It is, like when I want to raise my daughter and our kids, that like when they go to middle school and high school, to protect people. I hope my kid doesn't get bullied, but but kids bully. And if our children witness bullying, I hope they stand up to bullies, even if that means they catch a little heat, from their friends. I don't know if she will.
If you see something wrong, speak up.
Yeah. And I just, to me, that.
Well, and it's funny because Heather got upset with Gina over like not speaking up about Katie about this like paparazzi photo, and yet someone's being extorted and essentially blackmailed about videos, and like you're like, no, this is where I stay out of it. Where I'm like, I feel like that's 10 times more important than whether or not you staged paparazzi photos.
Reminds me, and it's like a very dark, but it reminds me of whenever my ex-boyfriend was incredibly abusive, and we lived with his friends, and as he's beating the shit out of me, his friend opens up the door because he hears all of it, and he like comes out and looks at me, and I look at him and I'm like, help me, and he's like, I'm not getting in this, and shuts his door. And it's like, I hate him as much as I like had hate for my ex. It's like, you are not a good person, because like you don't stand up for people, and you don't like speak up when something's wrong. And like, I think I definitely want to raise River and our kids to like, if you see someone who needs help, like
help them
and
not be a part of the problem. And Heather, in her privilege and wealth, is in a position to help so many people, especially her friends. And it's just hard to watch her. At most, all she's done is kind of suggest that it's a little too much. And I honestly, I'm disappointed in this entire cast, especially Heather, because I have high expectations of Heather. And I'm assuming Heather has high expectations of herself, but I think she is falling short of stepping up and doing the right thing. And I, for the life of me, can't understand why any of these women aren't doing that. Every time I'm watching this, it is just like someone says something. This is so fucked.
I mean, I saw a preview that Emily does confront Alexis, so I'm looking forward to that.
Eventually.
Yeah.
But what is it? The whole Spider-Man, with great power comes great responsibility. And I think Heather has a responsibility to step up and help someone that she can help, and she's not.
All of them.
And
not just Heather, all of them.
All of them. I would love any of these women to step up, but like, I guess why I'm more critical of Heather is like Jenn is going through her own shit. She's going through divorce. It would be easy to understand Jenn like not having the bandwidth to worry about Shannon's problems because she's got so many problems of her own.
Right.
Heather just like Heather's biggest problem is figuring out which house to spend this weekend.
For this season specifically.
Whatever. I'm making it, like it's seemingly Heather's biggest problem. And I'm sure Heather's had her shit, and everyone, doesn't, just because you're rich and privileged doesn't mean like you don't face tragedy and adversity, but it just, the optics of Heather hanging around these group of women, having all this privilege and having seemingly very little problems, and her biggest problem is like which house.
I think Jenn is the only person who has the excuse. I think Katie, I think Emily, I mean, Gina, they're all sitting there listening to her sob. And they're like, Katie's like, maybe Emily, you should possibly say something. Maybe. Yeah. And Emily's like, well, it's like, what the fuck? Just go to Alexis and be like, you're a piece of shit. What are you doing? Stop. Like, this woman's broken. She's nothing.
Yeah. That's why she looks broken. Why is this isn't fun. This isn't drama. This is cruel.
And that's what I'm saying, not accepting the settlement, all of that. It just seems like you want to go as hard as possible to ruin this woman's life. And even them going on the red carpet situation, and John literally was like saying that was going to pay off Alexis to not go on the show, and now you guys are doing red carpets. Like, the whole thing is just like everything that they put out, saying that Shannon's a bad person and that he was forced to do things he didn't want to do while dating Shannon. He's doing optionally with Alexis.
Alexis is trying her hardest to like restore John's reputation and prove everything Shannon said was wrong, and it's like, actually, you're just digging him a deeper fucking hole, because before, when he was with Shannon, I was like, oh, yeah, whatever. Now I'm like, I fucking hate this guy.
Right.
So
I think Alexis was trying to like secure a second season, but I think she's doing the opposite.
But everything we know about John Jansen or whatever just makes us hate him. So I'm like, you did the exact opposite by having her on the show to be your spokesperson, because you look awful. And I knew nothing about you beforehand. Everything I know about this man is against my will. And yet now I fucking hate this man.
Yeah.
Secret Lives. The show's great.
The show's phenomenal.
I love
good.
it.
They're stars.
Whitney, amazing villain. I think the best part is she doesn't realize
Yeah.
that she's the villain, which makes a great villain.
I think she thought she was doing choices for like the betterment of her help, but because the rest of the group did the opposite, she became the villain.
Yeah.
Well, it's like that whole saying, like a friend to everyone is a friend to none. And like that's kind of like her whole thing. And it's like, oh, well, to get close to you, I'm going to tell you that everyone has said terrible things about you, but I'm the only one who's like been there for you. But then if I want to get close to you, I'm going to like, it's like.
Well, then we found out from talking to Taylor last week that it actually was Whitney who reached out when the Mom Talk scandal came out, the Soft Swingers. There was speculation of them filming. We learned after talking to Taylor that they did, start filming, and they were trying to film something, create a pilot. Then Taylor got arrested. Things got put on pause. And then later on, the rest of the cast got together and wanted to do this show. And it was Whitney who reached out to Taylor to extend an olive branch, which is fascinating. But the more we get to learn about Whitney, it seems calculated and cunning. And it seems like the only reason Whitney did it is to seemingly make sure that Taylor was the villain and not Whitney. That's how it comes across. I don't know if that's how actually it was, but every scene that Whitney's in, she seems like she's trying to set up someone else.
Well, that's what I was going to say is that I'm like, typically I feel like Mean Girl gets thrown around all the time with these reality TV shows where I'm like, not necessarily. Everything I've been seeing with Whitney, I'm like, this girl is calculated to either embarrass somebody, expose somebody, make them think that they're hated or make them insecure. And I'm like, that is what a mean girl does. Pretends and smiles in your face while she's like literally diabolically blowing up your life or trying to embarrass you at any chance she gets.
And Whitney seems to be, again, we don't know her. We didn't get a chance to talk to her. The type of person who never sees it. Because in their mind, they're always right.
And she flips it, and it's like, I can't believe you'd get mad at me for doing that. That's insane.
The first scene is her throwing her husband under the bus.
Truly
That
wild.
It is so crazy.
She's like, I have to tell
the world,
everyone.
Huh?
I'm sorry I made you escape for a couple of months in Hawaii, but now that we're back and the cameras are up, we're going to expose you.
And so for those of you who don't know, it seems like her husband was emotionally cheating on her.
Was on Tinder,
sending
photos.
nudes, inappropriate, wrong.
With a porn addiction.
Terrible.
With the porn addiction.
Shouldn't have done that. But she chose to stay with him. And like either way, like you are still exposing your husband.
For storyline.
For sympathy.
I don't think she had bad intent with that. Like that's
not
her story, her life.
I think
like that's why she
but
left.
That's his.
But here's the thing. I think
too.
Whitney's problem is that when she thinks she's a victim in a situation, or when she thinks she's right in a situation, she doesn't think about how it will affect other people so that she is seen in a positive light.
She's like, I just want to get validation from this, so I'm gonna like
even when she
throw you under the bus.
even when she goes to him like, I don't know how it's gonna be when we go to church on Sunday. I don't know if everyone's gonna hate you. Like it's like, why would you even put that out there?
That's
like
your husband. Like it's a
I'll
father.
stand beside
The person
you.
who chose to
Yeah.
forgive and work on your relationship. I mean, people go through shit. If she wanted to leave his ass for doing that, she would
By
have
all
every
means.
right. But she chose to stay in this. Marriage is tough. People go through extreme highs and lows. And so what, you're going to expose them? And then when the girls get together and you want to tell this story, I've never seen someone, she was mad at Taylor for taking the heat off her husband.
It was crazy because she tells everyone and they're all like, oh my gosh, like, okay, so like what happened? And then they're basically like, okay, well, like if you're good, like we're good, like we don't really give a fuck. And then Taylor's like, all right, seems like the conversation's over. So like I'm going through like this miscarriage. And Whitney's like, whoa, I wasn't done talking about my cheating husband. Like let's continue to talk about it. And it's like, well, I thought
when you get together with friends for like, I don't know, a friend night, game night, or maybe it's just like, let's all have wine and let's just talk and hey guys, I got a problem. You don't, just because you're the first one who talks about your problem doesn't mean like you own the night.
No. No.
Yeah.
Let alone that like if I'm like airing a grievance or some sort of like irritation that I have, it's like get it out there. But it's like the second if somebody says something, you're like, no, like I can feel this way. We're not going to talk. We're not going on a bashing thing. She was like, please, my husband, fair game. Go for it. Hit him like a piñata.
I don't know. Maybe I'm being devil's advocate, but I'm like, the women were talking about potential Tinder and like cheating before she talked to her husband. So like I see it kind of as like respectful that she had the conversation with her husband, then brought it up. Like she would have had to talk about the cheating regardless.
Listen, I think if all we saw was that scene, then I don't think I would have thought anything of it. Like in that scene, I mean, like her and her husband talking about what her husband did.
Yeah.
It was a bit jarring that like we don't know these people, and it's kind of the first
episode.
real scene
Yeah.
that they're
Yeah,
in.
no, I
Yeah.
agree with that.
You're like, wow. But then as we keep watching, you see Whitney's at least TV character. We don't know if she's like this in
Mhm.
life, and it seemed like, like, and then for her to get mad at Taylor because she didn't get to talk more about the shitty things her husband did, just kind of like, wow, it just comes across as if she is willing at throwing any of her quote unquote friends and her own husband under the bus as long as she looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's how it comes across.
You didn't get that vibe?
I don't know. I feel like, okay, I'm the type where if everybody's hating on one person, I feel like she deserves like some advocacy. So I'm like, I'm trying to like see her side while like the internet's hating on her.
Listen, I totally
you know?
appreciate that. I don't think, like Whitney, I'm sure she has a lot of good qualities.
Yeah.
We're just not seeing it with what we're seeing.
The show, no.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we haven't covered it. We'll get into the last episodes of Mormon Wives on Reality Recap this week, on Thursday. Have you seen the baby video of Whitney? And this
Oh.
was a scandal.
I saw it when it came out.
When it
yeah.
came out. I've watched this video 50 times. It's just jarring. When Whitney had her first child, her baby had some health concerns.
Okay.
Some
We
breathing
had
problems.
RSV. Was
RSV.
in the
I
hospital.
don't know.
The
It
NICU.
and any time your newborn baby is not doing well, that's, I'm imagining, scary.
Traumatizing, yeah.
And Whitney, being a mom TikToker and doing all the dances, her baby was in in the hospital, and she did a TikTok dance talking about her sick baby, and she like goes and kisses her baby as if like it's like this sweet moment. And then the transition is just so jarring where she has this heart and then she dances. Oh my God, look at this. It's so I have so many questions. One, when did she do said dance? Did she learn the dance after she got the idea? Did she know this dance ahead of time? Was it like in the hopper? Did she have it like had
The
already
heart
learned?
is crazy. The kiss and then the heart straight to the dance moves is crazy.
As an influencer myself, who every once in a while will
Post a TikTok.
post a TikTok or Instagram live. One of Natalie's biggest pet peeves is when I record a story and I do some editing or I put some captions on it, and me with my slow thumbs and bad typing, it just replays over and over. You just hear the sound of whatever it is I
turn
recorded.
it down.
Yeah.
Turn it
It's
off. You know
over
what
and
you're
over
saying.
and over, right? And so I got to assume, and in this video of Whitney, she has captions. There's a lot of like text. It took a while to make. Like, how many times did she watch it before she posted it? And no time was she thinking, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't post
Maybe this might not hit the way I think it would.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, we've all posted things that don't land. I don't think this video makes her a bad person at all.
I
to be
also
clear.
cannot imagine, like, because this happened. I don't even know how long ago, like a long time ago that
She
she
thought
did
it was
this.
done.
And yeah, like she got her hate and she thought it was over. She thought she'd moved on. And then she's on the show. It brings it back up again. Everyone's like, oh my God, yeah, that was terrible. And she's having to like relive. So I cannot imagine what she is going through just on that side of it being like, oh my God, I thought we were over this.
Uh-huh.
It is wild.
But it is a very crazy video. Did you want to play devil's advocate for that one or?
It's hard when you're like, your life is your influence, right?
For sure.
And like she's mom talk, so the idea of her being a
Mm-hmm.
mom is like what her kids are going through.
Mm-hmm.
So she's being transparent in it, but also I admit doing a TikTok dance is kind of like you could have posted like
I mean,
a
listen,
crying selfie instead of a dance while your baby's right next to you.
She just fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, she shouldn't have done it. She fucked up.
Yeah.
There's no like real
It's a little tone
justifiable
deaf.
excuse. It's just like in that moment she was tone deaf.
Yeah.
Tone deaf. That's what she needs to say.
Mm-hmm.
I am excited to continue on recapping this on Thursday because this show is good.
It's
It's
really good.
so good.
They're kind of smart getting high by getting Botox. Like if I can't smoke a joint, let me just make my face look prettier.
Yep.
No, I think one of the most fascinating things about the show is the religious element,
Mhm.
right? And
Yeah.
as someone who grew up incredibly Catholic, the ways in which super religious people find loopholes
Yeah.
for sin and things they're not supposed to do, but they basically they accomplish the goal of what all us other norms do. They just do it in a different way that's not technically written in the Bible.
Yeah.
It's like you can't drink, but you can
Drink soda.
take laughing gas
There you go.
and get a little fucked up because our saint didn't know about laughing gas back in the day. Anyways, it's filed. All right, it's time for Jonathon. Vessi is a footwear company that makes waterproof, breathable shoes. And when I say waterproof, I mean 100% waterproof. Listen, we've been talking about Vessi for a long time now. That's because they are an amazing shoe company that are keeping your feet incredibly comfortable, first and foremost, and incredibly dry. Whether you are a city slicker, walking to and from work, whether you like to hike, you're very outdoorsy, maybe you like to travel, Vessi is the perfect shoe for all of those things. The Courtside Classic is the Vessi shoe that I wear the most. It is also incredible for boating. Well, let's be honest, because boating, there's a lot of water there. The weekend sneaker, your go-to for any and every activity, whether it's the beach day, the adventure, the casual hangout, the weekend sneaker is about versatility and comfort. We love Vessi. Their shoes 100% waterproof, no water resistant. It's waterproof. That's what I'm telling you about. And their Westerly Coach jacket is the best raincoat you could possibly get. It doesn't look like a poncho or a trash bag on your body. It is a stylish, cool looking, 100% waterproof rain jacket. Head out in the rain with the Courtside Classic, the Vessi's 90 inspired sneakers. Discover more waterproof styles at vessi.com/VIALL. Get your pair today and get an automatic 15% off your first purchase at checkout. Again, go to vessi.com/VIALL.
If you are struggling to keep your baby asleep, if you are trying to figure out, which sleep sack to go with or what to do at nighttime, I cannot recommend Dreamland Baby enough. We have traveled without it and we have seen what it does when River does not have it. And let me tell you, she has slept her deepest and her longest when she is wearing her Dreamland weighted sleep sack. It is weighted from shoulders to toes, so it is evenly distributed weight, and it's 100% soft and natural cotton. It has a double zipper, so it's super easy for diaper changes in the middle of the night. It feels like your baby's falling asleep in a hug or like with your hand on top of them. It's what your baby needs. And it's better sleep for you because when your baby sleeps, the whole family sleeps.
Natalie has already said enough amazing things about Dreamland Baby, but I'm going to chime in here because it has truly been with us since River's been with us. River doesn't sleep without it wherever we go. It is such a help to us making sure that River gets the best sleep possible. And let's be honest, that we get the best sleep possible as well.
Go to dreamlandbabyco.com, enter our code VIALL at checkout to receive 20% off site-wide plus free shipping. This offer is for new and existing customers.
Welcome, Jonathan.
Thank you.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm great. How's your heart?
Better now.
Better now.
Yeah, better.
Why
was it bad?
You get broken up with on live TV. It doesn't
You got
feel
broken
good.
up with a while ago.
Yeah, but
Aw, it took him a while to
but then you got to
heal.
rewatch it back.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So you have to relive that moment, and then you have these like internal battles that you clearly watched me go through in the back of that SUV.
I've known you for about 2 minutes.
Mhm.
And I'm already wondering why you're not. And we love Grant Ellis.
We love Grant.
We love Grant. We are excited for Grant. Seems like a really great guy. That being said, he did not finish in the Final Four. We didn't really get an opportunity to watch his love story or see his heart getting broken. You seem great. Why aren't you? It's funny. I ran into one of the big dogs this weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, love Grant, but like, why isn't Jonathan your bachelor? To which they replied, I don't know. Was there a conversation? You don't have like a scary past or anything?
No.
Oh.
Nobody asked.
No one
Nobody-
asked.
Not even topic of discussion.
But he got the first invite to paradise in 10 years. So I hope
No,
you're single
But
by
there
then.
wasn't even a
Yeah,
conversation. It wasn't even a conversation.
Nobody asked me.
No one
anything.
called.
Nope.
You didn't even have like an informal meeting.
It's crazy.
Nobody even said keep an eye out. Just
Sleep
That
with
is-
one eye open. Nothing.
no.
Nothing.
Wow.
What box don't you check?
The over
medium
6
key.
foot box. I've been doing that.
The first thing I said to Jonathan when I went and met him out in the hall was, "You're not short at all. He's a perfectly adequate height."
You should put in your bio taller in person.
I mean, he's not 6'2".
I don't want to let anybody down though. They could be like, oh,
But you are a legit 5'11", it seems.
Yeah. Yep.
It's a solid height. He's
Joey and I are the same height.
There you
oh my
go.
Gosh.
That's all he's saying, Joey.
That's all he's saying.
And we
That's
loved
crazy.
Joey.
As you were my front runner on the
I
show,
appreciate
I
it.
was like, I told them, I was like, I wanted to slam my computer shut when I saw you go home.
We actually
It wasn't
we
even
were
a
all
conversation.
Team Jonathan. We had Jenn on and we were like, what does a life look like with A, B, and C?
Yeah.
Now, it's funny. We never really pointed out that according to timelines, that we interviewed Jenn, I believe, allegedly after her and Devin broke up.
July
So-
31st.
Oh, that
So
gives
her-
us more context
Yeah, it
as to
does
why
give
she
us.
said
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
I don't know if you listened to that, but she said, we were like, what does a life look like with Jeremy, with Devin,
her final
with,
four.
with
Marcus,
Marcus,
yeah.
and with Jonathan? And she said the only person with kids was you.
It was like, what's a
So,
life look
we
like
were
with
like-
Jonathan? She goes, well, there's kids. And
There's
I'm like,
kids.
oh,
We were
There's
like, oh my God. So
Oh my
she
God.
was
It's because
you.
I'm
That's
the
crazy.
big child. That's why. She's like, I'm going to spend the rest of my life taking care of him.
She's like, oh no, we won't have kids. He is the kid.
Exactly.
So you had a fun
Pretty
weekend.
crazy.
You were in Miami with Jen,
Oh.
or where were you with
I
Jen?
I think they were here.
Where-
No.
You guys were here.
No, there were funny comments though.
Isn't Jen in
of-
Miami?
No, she's
She was in
here.
Boston.
She was in
Yeah.
Boston.
Well, she did both. So she went Boston. Not that I.
Whoa,
I was like,
he's got
wait.
her
Yeah,
she's
it was,
traveling.
I'm aware.
I
I'm
only
aware.
know because we're trying to get Jen back on the show. So I've through my bookers I've been made aware of Jen's location. But
Mhm,
why do you
mhm.
know Jen's location?
I'm friends with the bookers. That's what it is. They're just- we keep in touch.
So, where did y'all film these TikToks or videos?
My buddy was doing a photo shoot in the hills, so we rented out a house, and she just happened to be in Burbank.
For sure.
Oh.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's get together before she left for Boston, and then
So is
we
this?
should make some
okay.
videos. So we grabbed dinner, made some videos.
Oh, we grabbed dinner.
Oh,
Okay.
How was dinner?
where'd you go?
You know, this is what the world.
Sushi. We literally walked out of sushi, and a car drove by. They're like, "Jen, we love Jonathon." I was like, "Oh shit!"
Can we just settle this right here and now? Is there a chance you might sincerely give the people what they want, or is this another like Tyler Cameron, Hannah Brown
Oh, yeah,
situation where
lean
you're,
into
you're just
it.
leaning in and you're getting us excited, but at the end of the day, you guys are just friends?
Don't toy with my emotions.
That's a crazy question to answer.
Mm. What would you want?
I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. It's a hard position to be
honestly,
in.
Jonathan.
I'll tell you this. It's a hard position to be in when I think, and I'm not just trauma dumping right now, but like, I think people have been in love with the idea of me before and then not actually myself. So to get eliminated third, but everybody else can see it except for the person that you wanted to, it's hard to go back on that and be like, you know what? I still,
Well,
let's.
that's relatable. I think Tyler experienced something similar. Everyone loved Tyler. Hannah didn't pick Tyler, runner up. And then all of a sudden, everyone loved Tyler, and it seemed like, well, why do you love me now? Kind of thing.
Yeah. And it's not to say that it could not ever happen. I'm not saying that.
Answer me this.
Yes.
Has there been a sincere conversation between you and Jenn about the possibility of exploring something outside the show more than friends?
The conversation has not been had yet. No.
It has not been.
Yet.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, she's going to be in LA for the next 2 months. This is where I live. So
But has there been
some
flirting
point.
text?
I don't know. I don't know what you define as flirty.
You're an adult. How would you flirt? I don't know. I want to know how you define it.
I'm
Jonathan.
an 8-year-old at heart. I can't tell when somebody's flirting with me or just trying to give me a high five. I don't know.
He's so goddamn charming.
He really is.
All right, let's rewind.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. All
yeah,
right.
how'd you?
Yeah.
All right, that's enough of that.
Let's do all the basics.
You're like, I'm tired of beating around the bush with this guy. He's not going to tell us anything.
No, that's fine. We'll get
Yeah.
back into it. I'll get you.
You're like, he'll slip up at some point.
We'll warm you
Yeah.
up first.
Yeah. How'd you end up on the show?
Somebody hit me up on Instagram.
Okay, that seems to be a new thing.
That is a new thing.
Yeah.
Everyone we've talked to is like, yeah, someone DM me was like, do you want to be on the show?
It
And I
makes
was like,
sense.
Yeah.
Like casting directors would just kind of go online.
But I'm curious, like, how they find.
I have no idea.
How'd
I
you
made
find me,
videos.
babe?
So I make videos for a living for companies. And I was just making fun ones about like fitness for myself.
Okay.
And I guess you could see my personality through those. So if they were like looking through, maybe they saw those and they're like, oh, he seems like a fun, funny, like outgoing kind of guy. So the guy hit me up and he's like, hey, do you want to talk about a show? And at first I was so hesitant. I was just like, not really. Because they can't tell you what it is. So you go through like these
Oh.
multiple calls and you're like, I don't even know what I'm getting excited for.
Interesting. Was there anything that you thought it could be? Were you like, oh my God, this is definitely Survivor? Or were you like,
Mm-mm.
you had no
No.
idea?
I'd been approached for Big Brother before.
Oh.
And Too Hot to Handle before.
Wow.
Yeah.
That must have been such a compliment. Too hot
was.
to handle?
Yeah, but I feel like that's just like not my vibe.
I don't think
Oh,
it's your
but
vibe
he's a
either.
respectful king.
He's a
No.
respectful king. You're definitely a Bachelor kind of guy.
We love you.
How are you not the Bachelor? I mean, you
It-
got it. You got all.
Maybe
the
they'll do an Ari. They'll bring them.
And again, I don't want to say that no disrespect to Grant. And again, I think Grant is great. I just don't think the show set up Grant in the way we normally set up our leads. And I hope they fix that. But everyone's really into you.
I appreciate
I'm
it.
into you.
Thank you.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, should we leave?
He's hot. I mean,
I
he's
know.
charming. Everyone likes him. Like,
He gives hugs.
yeah, he gets hugs.
Good
Good
hugs
Good
too.
hugs.
I love
You're
hugs.
great. You're a great hugger.
It's the full wrap around
It
with the squeeze.
is. It makes with the squeeze. It makes people feel like at home. You
Yeah.
know.
I don't want to be accused of anything.
Yes.
For a hug.
Yeah.
So I just air hug.
He daps everybody up. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter who it
makes,
is.
To everyone.
President, anyone.
if especially women, if I don't really have any rapport with you, like even if they go in for a hug, I'm not squeezing.
Wow. Well, Jonathan did. I really appreciated it.
No, you
Right,
gotta make-
Sarah? I
What
mean,
the
it was
fuck now?
very.
But yeah.
No. It was.
I was gonna give him a handshake. He's like, no, I'm leaning over, and I was like, oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would have came when I go. I'll come around.
Oh my God,
That's-
no, yes, I'll hug you.
Yeah.
When Jen sent you home, did you see it coming?
Yeah. At that point,
Wow.
I knew,
Yeah.
which is crazy. I think every other rose ceremony leading up to that point, in the back of my mind, I was just like, it'd be kind of weird if I got sent home right now. Like we just have such a good vibe. We just had an amazing conversation right before this rose ceremony. Like if she sent me home, I'd be thoroughly shocked. And when we got to that point, you're disconnected from all the guys at that point. But I could kind of just, I don't know, there was just something weird in the energy in the air in that point. And I was just like, yeah, this is me. And I'm going up against somebody who got 2 one-on-ones
Mm.
and a guy who's getting like every first rose possible. You know what I mean? If you watch it back, Devin gets called first, like every damn time.
Well, you know that.
So
that doesn't matter. You,
This time it did.
But I guess to
but
them,
you,
yeah.
I mean, you read
To
into
you
it.
it matters.
You're
I'm
going a
just-
very small amount of cues.
I
So you read into every little thing that you possibly
yeah.
can.
get it.
Yeah.
In reality, though, that matters less than the 2 one-on-ones, maybe.
Yeah, probably.
Fun fact: the person who won my season,
hmm
I deliberately, on purpose, did not give her a group date rose ever, for fun. Because-
Toxic.
Truly, like what? He's like, I
Well,
want
what-
to
no,
stir the
well,
I
pot.
don't want to give you the satisfaction.
Actually, it was more. I didn't want to put a target on her back. I was trying to protect her, but also it was me like a fun way of like from an audience standpoint of like the group date roses don't matter. Like all that matters is that you get one.
Yeah.
Like
I never got a group date.
or
rose
like
either.
getting a rose
Not a
first
single one.
doesn't
Thanks.
matter. Like that's just all silly stuff.
In the moment, what was going on in your head when Jen's like, I'm going to do a cartwheel?
She's been doing them all season. So like
You're
I'm just like, God,
again?
just don't fall or like let anything slip out in the dress and we'll be good to go. So like
Okay.
when she landed it cleanly, I was like, all right,
All right,
time
we're
to step
good.
up.
Did
Like we're on
Jen
a hill.
give you a good reason? Well, what was Jen's reasoning of why she didn't pick you or sent you home?
Genuinely think it was just the connection wasn't there. When you watch it back, in the moment it's harder to take than once you actually see it. And there was love involved on both ends of those other relationships. Like she was in love with Marcus, Devin was in love with her, and her and I are just in this really good zone.
Friends.
Like we started out as friends, things were going on like a good escalation, but nobody just jumped all the way in.
Mhm.
And I think in that environment, it's a vacuum. Like you're in this vacuum of love, and all you can do is think about yourself internally and that person. All the guys around is just noise. So when you get into that moment, like if somebody's not wholeheartedly just like in, and these other 2 people there is love, it's like, okay, I'm not going to get my heart broken in this scenario. And I think that's probably where her head landed with it all.
Yeah.
It's like fun only lasts so long, theoretically. So I think she just went with what was safer and what felt best in the moment.
You get done filming, show wraps. As we all know, you get to know the guys. People are talking. You guys are the inside tea. At what point did you guys hear there was trouble in paradise with Jenn and Devin?
I did not know until probably night before.
Really? Night before AFR?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like Jeremy definitely knew.
That is my top favorite moment of the whole season.
He was really catching
Jeremy are my
strays.
2 favorite moments when he
Yeah.
goes, that's really insightful. And he goes and like gives that face.
Yeah,
that was like
yeah.
number 1. But then that moment where he gets cut, he's like,
No, he's literally like, what the
what the fuck? Me?
She's like, and that's when you were clubbing with Jeremy.
Yeah.
He's
And
like,
That's why I made the video too. I was like, what Jeremy and I were talking about. He's like, I'm trying to sit here mute as fuck. Like, I was like, that's exactly where he needs to be right now.
He was really catching the biggest stray of all time.
Yeah.
They're like,
And I
hey,
was sitting there trying to
Jeremy,
be
you
good,
want to come
too.
to the finale? We just want you to support
Yeah.
Jenn. There's for no real
Yeah.
particular reason.
I was trying to play like super into it too and be like good in that moment. So I was just like, how could like you son of a bitch?
You
And he goes,
betrayed
dude, John,
me.
shut the fuck up.
Were you? I mean, I think everyone was surprised, but were you? You know these people a little bit. Were you surprised by the event that unfolded at the finale?
Honestly, yeah, because I didn't know. Devin did a fantastic job of not letting us know a thing.
Okay.
A thing. So when it came down to it, all I know is that this dude was madly in love with her on the show,
Mhm.
and then won't tell us how it ended, like what happened. None of it. In my mind, they're still together.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And then that happens. I'm like, oh shit! Like the way everybody else reacted, I was just sitting there in the audience. I was like,
That's
No way.
crazy.
And what about just the Devin that you got to know? I mean, I really enjoyed watching him. You know, I appreciated how he kind of stood up for Sam
mhm.
N, I believe it was, when Sam M and his little
Thomas.
sidekick.
Thomas.
Who, if anyone, was misrepresented from your season? Do you in your
Wow.
opinion?
What about underrepresented? I don't know about
What-
misrepresented.
I mean, yeah. I mean, or was it accurate? Like,
well, I think it's a
because like Sam M and Aaron, boy,
Thomas, Aaron,
they
yeah.
they loved AFR because that
Yeah.
felt like that.
They were
ju-
very
you know,
validated.
they felt
yeah.
validated. I'm like, no, you still can suck, even
Yeah.
if Devin does.
yeah. The problem is it's if you're a little of something, this is like a magnifying glass. So like if you're a nice guy, you look like a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you're kind of a dick, you look like a fucking asshole. Like
Yeah.
so in those moments, you know, and I don't think Sam's a bad guy. I think he
I don't
just
think, of course,
doesn't
not a bad guy.
speak the way that he probably thinks he does. And same with Aaron. I don't think his intentions come across the way that he thinks they do.
That seems clear.
You know? Yeah, right. But I mean, I don't think anybody that was on is a bad guy. I don't think they would cast people that are genuinely bad people. But
not on purpose.
not
Yeah.
yeah, right. I think Jeremy underrepresented a little bit. He's funny as hell. And you get
Yeah.
small glimpses of it,
Mhm.
but you spend a day with that dude and he's just like the driest, most sarcastic dude. And you're like, he's an asshole. But then you're like, but he's not. He's just fucking hilarious.
Yeah, we've heard a lot of good things about Jeremy.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I guess the Devin of it all seems it just seems shocking in a lot of ways. He is implying that there's more to the story. We've asked him to come on. As of now, he has, just decided that it's best to not speak on it, which I get if he just wants to go away. But it seemed kind of unnecessarily cruel for him to go about it the way he did in terms of his treatment towards Jenn and all the I love yous and I'll never abandon you. He really went for it only to kind of just immediately quit on her. What is as someone who got to know Devin,
Yep.
you were with him almost the entire time until you guys get separated because of hometowns. What do you make of that whole situation? Like, how do you break it down and what do you think happened? Again, we know that you don't, this is just your opinion we're asking.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's really hard from the outside to just judge based on hearing one side. That's not to write off Jen's point of view. And it's not to write off Devin's either, but there's always more involved in a story that could have been the case. With that being said, the way that he handled himself after the fact was, in my opinion, not respectable. Like, you're on this public platform and whatever led to that, that's their business. I don't know it. So I can't judge on that, but I can judge how it was handled after because that has all come out.
Mhm.
You have this platform where this girl's putting her heart and herself on the line, and you have an obligation now at this point that you committed to somebody to try and make them look as good as you possibly can after the fact. I don't care if there's other women in your life or whatever. Keep that shit under wraps. Like, I've seen people hold together like 30-year shitty marriages. You can hold out for months until this girl's journey is over. Like, just make her look as respected as possible and then do whatever you need to with your life, but don't go on there and do questionable actions. Don't go out to a club and hit people up and do these things and be caught out with other women in that setting. Just wait a little bit if that's what you choose to do, and make sure this girl feels as if you have her back a little bit.
That would be bare fucking minimum. But
yes.
What I find, and you kind of alluded to it, it's just like relationships in Bachelor Nation in general aren't set up for success. I mean, most relationships don't start right after you just made out with a bunch of people's friends and things like that. It's obviously a very bizarre atmosphere. And it's a very difficult to watch it back as a couple, you know, so there's a lot of reasons why every relationship is very much challenged, which is why almost all the time, I mean, you know, the person I ended up with, we had our challenges, but it was always like, let's just get through the show. Let's just, you know, get through it airing, because until we try to make it work, when all this bullshit is done, we haven't really tried. You know what I'm saying? We haven't really put our best foot forward. We made all these promises to each other. Yeah, we didn't know a ton about each other when we made these promises, but like, how can we say we really tried if we're trying to make it work while dealing with all these other things? And so for Devin to make these promises to Jenn, her family, and all these things, and he couldn't even get to the end of the season and give this relationship a real shot. Like, I don't know how Devin, with a straight face, could say he actually tried in any way, shape, or form, based on how he went about it.
Yeah.
You would agree?
Yeah.
Okay.
Period.
Yeah. There's nothing to add to it that you hit on the money.
So what's next for you? Other than Jenn?
I don't know. I genuinely have no idea. I
Can I
obviously have
actually ask
Paradise
you a
coming up.
favor?
What?
If you and Jenn aren't gonna actually date, don't keep this up for that much longer.
Okay.
Good for content.
I know.
Get the engagement.
But eventually,
They're going viral.
people will turn on you. Give it a week or two. Eventually, you know, Tyler and Hannah, we were like, come on, are you going to do it or not?
What if we don't know, though? What if
what if
we
they
can't
don't
make
know?
our minds
Well,
up?
if you sincerely don't know,
Hmm.
do you want to try?
I
Do
don't
you
know.
want to explore it? Come on. At this point, you could say whether you are interested in exploring the possibility of something, you know, kind of like, I think I'm falling in love, you know, that thing.
Open-minded is probably where I stand.
Okay.
You know, for the reasons I explained earlier, like it's
It's
not something easy for me to move past personally, just after just my dating history as a whole. So sitting in that, and then, I don't know.
Okay,
I genuinely have no idea.
What's the relationship that you are speaking of that it has brought this kind of?
Oh no, just
passion
as a
forward?
whole, like just dating in general.
Sure, but like it seems like you've had a couple moments where you got hurt a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, not specifically though. Like not. Those are just more like when you are in like the casual dating world and you're like meeting people and talking, you're hooking up or whatever it might be. That point was just from casually talking to people or like thinking that like you were something more, and then it just ends up not being that way. It's not like a specific moment.
There was no girl who you never had her heart broken?
No, I've had my heart broken,
What happened?
but that's not the sole thing I'm speaking about.
What is the thing you're speaking about? I just want to know like where you're. Well, I guess I'm asking you about Jenn, and you are referencing a little bit of like baggage, like, you know, you get some past baggage or reasons why you have a hard time opening up or taking a risk,
Yeah,
which would be understandable.
Yeah.
Like I get maybe why you're a little closed off, and
Yeah.
I'm just trying to explore where that came from.
I mean, I had a relationship that I spoke about on the show
Mhm.
that just kind of fell apart when it was somebody that I thought I was going to marry.
Okay.
And for things to kind of end the way that they did after thinking it was so great for so long, and then for like a 2-month span of time to just kind of ruin it all. It was just like, damn, do you really know somebody? Even if you live with them for 2 years, like shit can happen.
Has she reached out since the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is she upset with you? How does she feel about you sharing your relationship on national television?
Unfortunately, not great.
But you didn't say her
But
name.
no, and I've kept certain things very private for a very specific reason. I can
Yeah.
tell you guys later. But
No,
like,
I mean,
Yeah, but you want to respect
um,
this person's privacy. We respect
100%.
that.
The last thing I would want is for somebody who's trying to make their life better and get better
Yeah.
for
to
Bachelor
feel
Nation
any
to
sort of
attack.
exactly,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and to feel any sort of disrespected because they will go in and try to find this person.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't really
And-
care about this person. It's just more about how this affected you and what
Yeah.
you learned from it, and what, you know, how it has played a role in your life today.
Yeah,
Because it seems like it is,
Yeah.
right?
I think it just held me back from being able to just jump head first for somebody. Like I don't think I've fallen for somebody since that,
Okay.
or really let somebody like have this effect on me where I'm just like, God, can't
Do you think
just
maybe
live
that's
without this person.
so? Do you think that's part of the reason why you and Jen in the first place, why Jen maybe didn't pick you because say people like Devin or not Marcus, he wasn't really exactly opening up. But do you think had you let your guard down more with Jen, there's a chance that you guys could have?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Probably. But again, you got to accept somebody for all of their things
Mhm.
in those moments too.
Answer me this. Jen texts you, calls, I don't know her preferred form of communication. but
Emails.
emails. Let's say she's
She
like,
likes a sneaky call. She'll just randomly
okay, she
call
sneaky
you out
calls
of the
you,
blue. Yeah.
randomly FaceTimes you 2 a.m.
Ooh,
Oh,
FaceTime.
2 a.m.?
Holy shit.
And she's like, Jonathan,
They're haunting hours.
low stakes. All I want is a date. She asks you on a date. Very pro Jen. She already proposed to one guy, so we know that Jen, empowered woman that she is, has no
Mhm,
problem
mhm.
asking the guy. She proposed. She asks you on a date. She's just like, I just want a date.
She's like, hey, Jonathan, I'm here, of course, for Dancing with the Stars. I'm in LA. Oh my God, surprise, you live here. And I made a reservation at John and Vinny's,
Yep.
Local great spot for 7 p.m. tomorrow night. Would you
Say
want to
yes to the
come
date.
with me?
Yeah. Would you say yes to the date?
Is she buying? No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Yeah. No, I would go.
Aw, wait, I love
Oh my God.
that.
Of
Listen,
course.
I think the world, they feel let down. Obviously, we were holding, Devin, he put on a great show. He definitely did. He made
Mhm.
us all believe that he was in love and that they were going to last. And I think a lot of us were, rooting for some other people. And so then to see that relationship crumble the way that it did and for him to disrespect her the way that he did, to see someone who is so respectful, we're rooting for
See,
it.
that's also part of my holdup, though, is if they ended up happily together, would people still be like,
Mm.
God, I wish it was you?
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, not you guys specifically. Yeah.
We
You
would.
guys are like,
Yeah, we're
yes,
like,
for the
yes,
love of
we
God.
would.
Listen,
I told you
we-
I didn't want to watch the finale. If I didn't work here, I would have been like, nope, this is BS.
We were rooting for you guys. Yeah.
Like when
No,
they-
but I listen. I get where you're at.
When you were on the radio date
Mhm.
and you were listening to Sam M do whatever the hell he was doing, what
I like to call it glitching.
no, he truly was. He was computing out. Yeah. What was there a conversation when y'all got back to the house of just dude, what the fuck was that?
No, he didn't really talk to any of us.
Oh.
No, he,
You just keeping the man.
for the most part, kind of, yeah, right.
Mhm.
He very much isolated himself from the group a lot of times, and not to his fault. I think he just felt as if he wasn't a part of the group, which I felt bad for. Like, human to human, I want people to know that you have somebody on your side that
Yeah.
has your back and
Well, he
is willing
had
to listen.
Comment.
Thomas.
Stop. And somebody who keeps it real with you, though. You don't want to sit in
Yes,
this little
yes.
bubble with somebody else where you guys are just gassing each other up on the wrong points. You need somebody to open your mind and really be
Mhm.
able to help you think outside of this box that you might be in.
Okay.
And I wanted for that to happen, but no conversation when we got back. I wish.
Were you
but
close with
no.
Devin?
We were, yeah. Surprisingly, I'm a very open-minded person just in general. So week 2, when we first get to Australia, people are kind of being like, this guy's loud. He's kind of an ass. I was like, you know what? There's probably something else there.
Mhm.
So him and I we had a lot of guy chats and we were really good at talking. So it would just be one and done takes. It's not like you're sitting there oh, let's talk about this. We just would sit down, have a conversation, and it would just go great. And him and I got close and started to get to know each other pretty well. But yeah, there's no part of me would have guessed that the ending came the way that it did, because I think he does have a good heart and I think he means well, but just made some mistakes along the way.
I mean, I don't think he deserves any credit for it, but Jen's thriving now.
Yeah.
I feel like Jen's living her best life.
Oh yeah.
And if it weren't for the
Do
debacle,
you see the videos in Boston? She's at the bar
Yup.
I heard about it. Yeah.
What,
with a
she's saying,
chant too. You didn't see all
fuck
that?
that.
Yeah.
She's on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Orange
we've
shot.
never loved Jen more.
Yep.
She's on Dancing with the Stars now. She is living her best
thriving.
life.
Yeah.
So there's that.
And she's gonna go to John and Vinny's with Jonathan.
That's crazy. You guys are manifesting that.
She
No,
has
we're
a
manifesting
second-
that.
Wait, which one? The Brentwood one?
I think actually the one
Which
over
one
here
would
in
you
Studio
prefer?
City.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a new
I
one.
mean, I
I
live
feel like it's
closer
new
to
and poppin'.
Brentwood, but
Oh. Okay, well, fine.
Okay,
I mean, I guess.
judgmental.
That's what
It's
you
a nice
want.
area.
Okay,
Fuck.
rich.
Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Lives
Look
in
at your hand.
Brentwood.
What do you mean rich? Yeah, hold that shit up for the camera. Yeah.
What kind of ring would you have gotten, Jen?
Something like that, hopefully, right? Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Neil doesn't do that shit.
Yeah.
Brilliant Earth does that shit.
Subtle flex.
Sorry. Has Devin reached out to you post everything at all? Is he like reaching out for?
Not really. I think
is not
after.
Like,
Well, I'm getting there.
Is he sending pigeons?
shut the fuck up. He's getting there.
I love the sass.
No, I'm very sarcastic. I think the show missed out on that.
They did.
They don't like jokes or
Mm-mm.
sarcasm.
Yeah,
Or,
Jen made a lot of sex jokes to me. I'm like 90% sure I reacted to all of the ones they were talking about on the internet, but I don't know if it got
Damn.
in there or not.
She
Maybe they just didn't show my face. I think I went.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I know it's not Jen's fault because the Bachelor loves to cast. I mean, I'm 6'2" and I'm average height in that environment. So there's always a like
Yeah.
6'3",
And I'm
6'4".
average height in the regular environment.
But she really didn't do you a service by calling you a medium king because you're not. You're
So it's something I coined a long time ago, even before the show. You can find a post that I made a long time ago before the show that I've said that. And it just kind of came over time because I'm sitting here looking, everybody's fucking 6'3", 6'5". Spencer and Grant are like 6'6". Like, what kind of bullshit is that? And I'm standing there next to them at rose ceremonies. So I just made it a point to just kind of self-deprecate and just be like, you know, I'm a medium king and I'm proud to be one. Like,
Hell
screw it.
yeah.
Like-
All right, everyone shut the fuck up. Did he text you? Did he call you? What did
there we
Devin
go.
say to you? Thank you.
Thanks for keeping us on task.
Okay.
No, so I made a post about Jen, kind of making sure that like she was okay. Obviously I had reached out to her beforehand, you know, and it was like, people aren't reaching out to make sure. And I'm like, you guys don't know what goes on behind the scenes. Like literally the next morning after AFR, I texted her to make sure she was okay. Like, you know, but then I was like, you know what? I want to make a post so people like know to go support her as well. And I'm a huge advocate on mental health, and having all of America jump down your throat and say you're the worst person in America right now can't feel good. So human to human, I want to just reach out and be like, hey, dude, are you okay? Like, are you going to be all right? Like, I know this can't be a good feeling. Whether you can take it or not, I don't care who you are. Everybody turning on you is like not something you want to see anybody like really go through, deserved or not. So I reached out and just wanted to have a chat and just make sure he was doing okay. So does he reach out? No. But like, did I reach out to make sure he was okay? Yeah.
Did he respond to that?
Yeah, it was a phone
He
call.
did. Oh, it was a
Oh,
phone call.
wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Sorry. I thought you texted him. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Well, good. And he's doing okay?
So far, so good.
Hopefully that.
Maybe America won't like that. They're like, no, we want him to burn.
yeah. I mean, the things that are coming out that, I mean, the videos of him with like his arm around some girl that was like a week before.
Yeah, so that was tough.
It's like, ugh, it just gets worse and worse.
it is a TV show.
Yep.
I can't speak for, it's a TV show that nowadays a lot of criticism that comes to reality TV in general, but specifically Bachelor, and I think partly because like Bachelor's just been an OG show, it's been around for a while.
Yep.
Is the insincerity of the people they cast, because now with social media being what it is, it just reads as if a lot of people are just too self-aware about the opportunities that follow this show.
Yeah.
And I'm sure everyone comes in with different levels of sincerity, but I think the best defense I have for Devin, if I was trying to defend him, is that he didn't take it seriously, that he thought it was all
It was almost felt like a game.
a game.
Yeah.
And he was just trying to win the game, and
Yeah.
he's just like thought everyone was in on it. And I don't know if that's the case, but like that could be an argument. I think it would be a bad one, but that's the best I got given everything we're seeing.
Yeah. I wish I
Because-
knew. Like, I genuinely wish that like he had said something about it and I could just sit here and wholeheartedly be like,
Spill the
yes,
tea.
this is exactly what he was trying to do, or he just wanted to win or whatever. I honestly have no idea. And in the moment, like, unless he is the world's best liar, I thought he was 100% genuine.
Oh.
Like he seemed head over heels. He got upset when other things would happen. Like there was a moment in which like I kissed her and then he came in to seal her away and like her makeup was like smeared because we made out.
Yeah.
I don't know if he just didn't put together that it was like me ahead of time, but like he came back and he's like so upset because like her makeup was smeared. He's like, dude, I love this girl and like this is like what's going on. So it's like little moments like that. Like it's really hard to like. You wouldn't react that way if it was like a game.
Yeah.
You know
that's
what I mean?
true. That's true. You wouldn't really care that her lipstick's on her cheek.
Yeah, you'd
That's
be like,
true.
oh, that's part of the game. Like other guys have to kiss her, like whatever. But
Which
to like
makes
come
even
back
more
in, like
crazy. His
It
behavior.
does.
That's the thing. Is like even his behavior wasn't even smart, let alone
what after
good.
the fact?
Yeah, just foolish,
Yeah, not smart at all.
wild stuff.
So you live in LA.
Yes,
What remind me of your job?
creative director.
Creative
You
director.
looking for a job?
Do you need help?
Envy Media.
Media company.
Well, I do like social ads. So if you ever see like user generated content,
Okay.
spearhead a lot of that for different brands, and then we do like completely like social,
Who's we?
like organic social content as well. My best friend and roommate, he started a creative agency, so I do
Oh.
all of his short form video for different clients, and then I do my own clients like one off for different ads as well.
Cool.
That's why when I go on social media and I make these videos, like
You're good at it.
yeah,
Oh, he's
Yeah.
so good at
like
it.
I think that you were bringing that up earlier too. Is like
Yeah.
some people think like the opportunities, and I was so glad that that was my job. So people are like, oh, he's doing it because he's good at it. He knows how to do it. Not
Sure,
like
but
he's trying to be.
You could have still gotten criticism, being like, "Oh, of course he's doing this. He's already into social media."
Yeah.
So
I mean, it would have been
Yeah.
dumb of me not to take advantage of the limelight and make videos to show people more about myself.
What is so funny?
Sierra. She just said, "Oh, he's so good at it," and I looked at her and she goes, "I need to calm down."
Relax. I'm thoroughly embarrassed.
She's taken.
Yeah.
I got your back, Connor.
I'm the only one not taken in this room.
What are you looking for?
Oh.
With or without Jen? What? And
Actually
I know you.
had,
I know
like,
you
a-
agreed to go on Paradise, but God only like with
Yeah, that was
May
crazy.
there. When are they? We don't even know.
Yeah, it's
That was
It's
crazy. I was
gonna-
like, they're
yeah.
like literally asking Jonathan to not date a single person because, like, what if?
Till summer 2025.
It's crazy. Anyway, so
Oh.
yeah, you're.
Wait, next summer?
Yeah.
well, I don't know when it films. I have no idea. Nobody's told me anything yet.
Anyways, so but like to be clear, are you open to finding love before Paradise happens? Like you'll go to Paradise if you are single and available, but you're not taking yourself off the market.
I mean, I want to say that I am off the market, but like
Why?
you never know. Like I said, I'm open minded. So like if I meet somebody and it's the right person, and
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
fall for them. They could be from Bachelor Nation. They could be from I don't anywhere.
Interesting.
Like if I meet somebody and it feels right, I'm not gonna just be like no. But if there's a possibility that it isn't, and this opportunity comes around, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna.
So you're not actively looking. You're out there talking to your friends like, "Oh, I'm so tired of being single," but
No.
you're open.
Yeah.
You're open. But
Okay.
so what type of person are we open to meeting? Like what is?
What's her dream girl?
Yeah. What is?
As of late, and I actually had
How
this
does your dream
epiphany
girl make
last
you
night.
feel?
Oh, wait. Whoa, too much at once.
I'll answer them all. I'll get there.
Okay.
Epiphany was last night though, only because I knew you guys were gonna come down my throat on this one and be like, "So what are you looking for?"
We were
Like,
we were
I
gonna
kinda
come
figured-
down your throat.
okay,
Jesus, John.
Yikes.
What a pervert.
Yeah, no, he is.
That's actually one of my favorite things to call people. The
Third
pervert.
date.
It's just so off-putting. You're like, what?
It is.
For me, as of late, confidence, and I don't just mean like, oh, like they know who they are. Obviously, I want somebody who knows who they are and is confident in who they are, but confident enough in themselves and in us that like there's nothing that holds them back or makes them feel insecure about what we have.
Okay.
I am busy and I have a lot of things going on, but like I will never fade away from that person. Like if I love somebody, it's end game for me, and that's what it is, and that's who I'm with, and I just don't see other people in that light. So somebody that's confident enough, like if I'm busy all day, or if I'm out in an event, or I'm doing something, or I'm traveling, they don't need like this constant reassurance that like, is he like?
Y'all don't need to
In
text
my-
24/7.
No, they're like, it's
Yeah.
Jonathan. Like I know that's
It's
my
just my
man. I'm his
Jonathan.
woman, and
You love an
It's good.
independent queen.
independent, confident queen, like somebody that I
You
want
wanna
to
add to
worry
their
about,
life.
but I don't have to worry
You want
about.
to add to their life,
Oh,
not,
exactly.
not make their life.
100%.
Yeah.
So, and then also like knowing who they are. Somebody who knows exactly who they are, so I can be their biggest fan every day. You know, I want to cheer somebody on. I want them to just live their life and have somebody that just supports them.
We
through
love a
everything they do.
cheerleader.
We
So
do love a cheerleader. Is there like a looks thing? You know, a lot of women are like tall, dark, and handsome. Like, do you have a preferred? Nick's obviously brunettes.
Yeah.
Hello.
And just, you can't
Hello.
say you don't, because I have never met a guy who doesn't care.
Well, mine isn't specifically like brunette, blonde, whatever it might
Mine
be.
isn't either, but
I mean, fitness is a huge part of my life.
Okay.
So somebody who's like, I
Goes
don't
to the
need
gym
like
with you?
I don't need a gym girl that's like sitting there like lifting 300 pounds every day. But somebody
That'd be crazy.
who's just taking care of themselves, eating healthy, and like living like a very like good lifestyle. You know, I want somebody who,
You motivate each other.
yeah,
Yeah, you.
What's a
good style too. Would love a girl that has some good style.
we love good style.
Love good style. I don't think I've dated somebody that's had really good style
what's
yet. I think it'd be really sexy.
What's a bad habit, pet peeve of yours that your next girlfriend and future love of your life will have to learn to love and accept about you?
Oh, my OCD for my room.
Like-
my pants are all rolled. My underwear is rolled. Socks are stuffed together.
Wow.
Everything's folded the right way.
Nick
Like
could
if somebody
not
came
work.
into my
We-
room
we-
and messed with something,
we could
I
not
would
work out.
know immediately that somebody was in my room.
Have you? Always
That's
been
how
like
I
that?
am. I like I know when like one like thing is like turn.
Yep.
Right? I'll
I
like
don't
get in the
lose
shower and
shit
I'm like,
either.
Nick, you used like my shampoo. Like
Yep.
it's
turned slightly
to the
3
left.
degrees to the
And
left
I
is
know
not
I
how
didn't
I
leave
left
it that way.
shit.
Yeah.
To which I reply, I used our shampoo.
Yeah.
Nick's like, we're married. Everything's ours. I'm like, God.
Yeah,
Okay.
very, very clean. So if they can deal with that and making
Interesting.
sure that they
So
don't just
when
leave
you-
shit everywhere.
When you do your socks, you're not doing the typical just like throw it together. You're like,
I'm not rolling together. Just,
okay, just a tip.
yeah, but
You would
no
never-
mismatched socks.
You would
are
never
kidding?
wear mismatched socks.
No, I would never wear like Adidas socks with Nike shoes either. It's just,
Oh wow.
Love.
I know.
Oh wow.
It's just like, I don't know. It may sound like
Okay.
very like condescending. I don't know. It's like a
no,
weird,
no, no.
just like
That's interesting.
OCD
that you're,
thing.
yeah. Okay. And you make your bed every morning.
every morning.
Nick. Could
I
quite
would love
literally
your
never.
side's all like perfect, and then his is like half on your side.
No, his like the sheet's always off on his side. I'm like, what were you doing last night? Like the fitted sheet is
Yep.
always off the
Like,
mattress.
The thing you have, it would break my brain to do. Whatever you got, I didn't get.
Yeah,
Like
true.
God gave you too much of it and me none of it.
You should
Yeah.
see my car too. It's just like it looks like a
Rental.
like, literally. There's nothing in it. It's clean. Like
I got popsicle sticks and wrappers in my car.
Why?
He's
'Cause I'm
like
disgusting,
obsessed. No,
Sarah.
because I'm disgusted.
no, he has this like obsession with these popsicles from Whole Foods. They're like the lime.
Lime fruit
Popsicle.
juice.
It's like
Mm.
the craziest thing. Every time we go somewhere, he's like, I need a popsicle. Takes a popsicle with him. He has like 12 at night. It's-
Oh my
So you
It's-
married a big child too. That's cute.
I did. No, I did.
We
like,
would be best friends.
No, he. Well, you take care of yourself. And I mean,
That doesn't mean I don't eat popsicles.
okay. Well, I'm just saying, Nick.
No, I had a bowl of frosted mini wheats yesterday afternoon.
Okay.
You know, it's NFL kickoff weekend.
Right after we had just had a burger.
I lied down.
That's a wild move.
Wild. That's what I
So
thought.
crazy.
And it was like, and it was
Are you
immediate.
a whole milk guy too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, you went burger, whole milk,
Whole milk.
frosted mini wheats.
This is gonna sound-
Crazy.
This is gonna sound weird, but can I touch you?
What? Are you being
I'm gonna
serious?
show you what Nally did.
Yes.
Yeah, lie down. Like
Oh, boy.
slouch. I get down with my. I can
Feels
touch
so
you.
weird.
I can
Yeah,
touch you.
yeah.
I lie down on the couch. Now he goes like this.
Because it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like we go from burger.
And then-
I didn't know where that was going. I thought he was going to rub
thought it
some
was gonna be a
thigh.
leg.
I did not expect a little pepper on the stomach.
And then,
fat.
and then sometimes, and I actually love Natalie for this because sometimes I think a little shame can go a long way. She'll bust out an old picture, usually from my Paradise days, and she goes, "Are you ever gonna look like this again?"
Sorry,
Wild
but
move.
like,
What if he did that to you?
It's not the same. I'll have my wife's back there. It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
how would I handle that?
Good move.
It's not the same.
same.
It's because it's like
It's absolutely not the
it's
same.
crazy. Like he'll have a burger and chips, like,
Yeah.
and it's the whole bag of chips.
Yeah,
Like we're
yeah.
not just having a couple; it's the entire bag of chips.
Yeah.
And a burger, and then immediately to the pantry and takes out the box of cereal. And I'm like, that is a crazy move.
Yeah.
And at night he'll have.
Come on, it's not that bad.
You're flexing.
Still,
At least he can flex it. It looks like
That's
that, though.
true. It's not that bad.
it's not that bad.
It's not that
It
bad,
used
but
to be
it'll
better.
catch up to you, honey.
Yeah. The problem is like I never looked my best with Natalie.
That's not true, honey. You're your
That's
best.
true,
You're
it's
your
true.
best mentally
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
literally what I was about to ask next.
and emotionally.
Anyways,
Where do I find this?
I don't know.
Where do I find this?
On Instagram, I slid into his DMs.
Are you
Check your
serious?
DMs. Yeah.
Check your DM.
There's honestly so like not even in it's overwhelming to look at.
There might be a bad
Are you
picture
getting
doing
nudes?
I bet he's getting everything.
Damn.
Are they any of them
But
good?
probably more. I just don't look. I don't look anymore. I just
You just don't check your DMs anymore.
no, and it sucks because
You
there's people
absolutely
that reach
should
out
not.
with really good things, and they're like,
There's no such
"You've
thing.
helped me through this or that," and they're like,
Yeah.
"I wish I could get back to everybody, and I just can't." And it literally bugs me.
You can't.
my
Because
core
you
that
go
I
to
can't.
respond to the, like, you've changed me, and you accidentally click, and it's like a pair of titties, and you're like, oh my God,
Yeah,
I did not mean to.
Ew.
I took the
yeah.
wrong turn. You know?
It's
Yeah.
crazy because it's always nurses too.
Really?
Bachelor Nation loves a nurse.
Yeah.
Well, and now he was in
But
the
then,
medical.
but the nurses are sending the titties. Pop off, queens.
Oh, can I just say, truly, the nurses do not get enough love and respect.
Oh my
or
God, not at all.
appreciation. They are in the fucking weeds
Yep,
of ass wiping
in the trenches.
They
in the
are.
fucking trenches.
My best friend Chambliss is a nurse, and the other day I was like, "How's your shift going?" She works night shift at the hospital, and it's like, "How's your shift going?" And she was like, "It's fine dealing with someone who has maggots between their toes." And I was like, "I would quit.
Yep.
Oh,
I would quit.
Nurses do not get enough love.
that's a wild
That's-
one. See, I could wipe an ass or two and I'd be all right. But
I
like,
could wipe an ass or two. Like I wipe my daughter's ass. You
Yeah.
know, like I could. You know, I could do that.
the maggots.
But maggots between the toes, bless your heart. That's
yeah.
crazy. But yeah, they don't get enough love.
Maybe I should just start a group chat with all of them.
We
Like,
should.
Just
We should start a group chat with them and be like, send your titty pics here, not in the DMs.
yeah, just a private chat.
Yeah.
Just
It's
all the
me-
nurses
It's
and
me,
us.
Jonathan Nix here, Justin, a bunch of nurses, and just titty pics. Like, that's crazy. You're like, guys, I won't see him in my DMs too much. Send him here.
This is either gonna make them love me or hate me now. I don't
I-
know. They're gonna be like,
They're
we're not
always-
sending him
they're always
anything
gonna love you.
anymore.
They're always gonna love you.
I still can't believe you didn't even get a phone
That is
call.
crazy.
Because usually they'll have a couple backup plans.
I wasn't even a backup.
That's crazy. Crazy.
I don't know.
Would you have said yes?
Yeah, 100%. Especially after the process, I grew from it internally, and I started to like believe in it more. And I was like, I'm a firm believer. Like after like 3 dates with somebody, I could tell if you're gonna potentially be my
Mhm.
wife. Like it's
Well, yeah. I mean,
no, but like there's an energy and a banter that you can see. Like
Yeah.
you can vet.
You can see the
pretty
potential
quickly.
for sure.
100%. 100%.
Yeah.
Like to know like immediately, no.
you
but-
definitely know if you don't want to marry him.
Yeah, 100%.
That's for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
And now I'm pickier than ever, so I think it would have been like
How old are you?
28. I just turned 28.
Okay. Happy birthday.
Thank you,
Oh my God.
Are you Virgo?
Leo.
Leo.
It's everybody's first guess before they even meet me. They're like, "You give me Leo vibes." I'm like, I don't know if that's a good thing.
Really? I know
Yeah.
nothing about
What's
any of them.
your go-to rom-com movie?
My personal favorite, just because of the humor and the story, is Sleeping with Other People.
Interesting.
I've
It's a great
never
one.
heard of
It's
that.
a good series.
movie.
I've heard it's good.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
It's a movie?
It's a
Yep.
it's a movie or a
It's
show?
Jason Sudeikis and
Oh, yeah, that is a good. I've seen that. It's good.
What's
her name?
yeah,
Alison Brie.
Alison Brie. That's your
Yes.
favorite though.
The humor between the two of them is so funny.
You want to date your best friend.
And-
You want
Have
to
you
fall in love with
seen
your
it?
best friend.
Have you seen
That-
it, Nick?
It literally just it's
You know,
the
the
most
fa-
fitting one for myself.
It's
too.
actually
just-
people are going to eat that up because that movie is about two friends who just keep dating other people
Yep.
and they find
Well,
love.
the thing is too, they're both sex addicts,
Are you?
and they were each other's
Oh.
first time in college. And then they
So they always.
separate ways. She can't get over this guy, and he is just he just keeps sleeping with everybody.
What is your?
And then they become best friends, refuse to sleep with each other,
Yeah.
and then over time they're like, okay, we got
We're
to
obsessed with each other.
Yes.
So you and Jen.
and it's
Wow.
minus
Crazy.
the addiction. Yeah.
So you're not a sex addict.
No.
Well,
No.
Sex on the first date? Yes or no?
Because a lot of women are scared
Mm.
because they're like, oh my God, this is going to turn him off. He's going to think that I do this with everyone. Like, I don't want to do this.
It's not a turnoff. It's just that
That-
you pull
I've
back.
never been asked that. I don't know. Situational.
Situational. Okay, so if you went on a
Situational.
first date with someone and then
And to be
y'all
clear, you're
slept
not
together.
shaming anyone, but would you? It's just more what you would do.
Yeah.
We're not here to criticize.
Yeah,
anyone
that's
else's
what I'm saying. Like,
decisions.
if the vibe was just immaculate, imagine we spent a whole day together. Like, it wasn't just like a normal first date. We went to like an all day like
Mhm.
concert or something together. We started off for breakfast, and then we went and did this like
Aw,
fair that took all day,
wow.
and then we ended up going home. We were just tired, but then we're also like, "How you doing?" And we're just like, then like, yeah, why? You know,
I'm
it's
blushing.
How
different.
you doing?
I love saying that. I'm like from the East Coast. I just
like this doesn't fit at all.
No, not at all.
What's on your sex playlist?
Ew. Do you even have one? Do people still have sex playlists?
No, you know, it's the weirdest thing is I just put on. So I put like background noise on before I go to sleep
Ambient
every night.
noises.
I do. It'll be like New York City apartment with thunderstorm and rain. And I'm like,
So you hear a couple of
sexy as
horns,
fuck
a couple of ambulances, fire
Shut the
trucks.
fuck up!
Yeah, we're on our way to a date. Ambulance goes by. I'm like,
That is crazy.
it's because I think about the nurses. That's
The
that's what it-
nurses,
yeah.
the nurses.
Do you take baths?
baths.
Yeah.
I haven't taken a bath in years.
Huh.
No, I'm not opposed to it. I just
Nick's against baths too.
ice bath, cold plunge. Yeah,
Okay.
there's nothing sexy about a cold plunge.
There is nothing sexy about a cold plunge.
What other
Shrinkage is
dating?
so real, you
what
just
else
said
would
nope.
we like to know about Jonathan before we send him on his way?
Ooh.
what
Ask
do
me
we-
anything hard. If it's about me, ask
What
what,
would
you
you
want.
like
I'm
to
an open
share?
book.
You're not an open book when we asked you.
I said if it's about me.
but
Wait,
it's
where
about
did
you
we-
and
we
Jen.
did ask-
Okay, that's and Jen.
What would you like?
What do you
No.
want to date Jen?
We'll
I just
talk to
said I
Jen
don't
later.
know.
Yeah. Okay.
he's tired of that answer too. He's like, dude, just tell us.
You're like, I don't recall.
Did you
I'm gonna start tagging you in our videos too, just to really fuck with you.
Oh, they're doing more videos.
Yeah. Well, she will be here filming Dancing with the Stars, and you.
Will you be front row, episode 1?
Oh, damn right.
Ooh,
Jen's
hell yeah.
I will
Performance.
for sure go to one if she'll have me.
If she'll have you.
And everybody wants me to rate her dresses from the season too, so I'll probably end up.
Oh
having
wait,
to.
yeah, didn't you?
I don't
Weren't
think
you
you
like
should do
this
that.
one?
I don't think you should do that.
That was number
Unless you
one.
just call them all a 10. Well, you
No. Remember at
No, it's part of
it's their
part of my
thing.
thing, dude. It's
Remember at
Forget
Men
it.
Tell All, she like comes out in the was like a green dress or
Yeah.
something, and you're like,
oh,
I know
yeah,
I
that's
had-
number one now. That one,
yeah,
is
you're like this one
crazy.
moved. That one was crazy.
That's great, but you can't give her a bad review.
No, it's not a bad review. No,
No.
I'm not ranking them 10 out of 10. Are they top 3 of my personal favorites?
Oh.
So I had a top 3 list all season of my favorite dresses that
Gotcha.
she came
Okay.
to like rose ceremonies in, and the one that she wore to Men Tell All
You're wrong.
was my favorite.
Gotcha.
And then that moved the list down, and then there was a white one and a purple.
Okay.
that
Can
I
you
liked.
rate my outfits and tell me your top 3 favorites of
Yep.
my outfits I've ever worn?
Yeah.
Right now.
I like this one.
Okay.
Oh my god!
Perfect. Okay.
I have a question. Did you watch Bachelor or Bachelorette before being on it?
I only watched Joey's season to get to know the girls.
Sure.
So whoever became the
Was
Bachelorette.
There anybody, if we're taking Jen out of the equation, was there anybody on Joey's season that if you make it to paradise that you would want to see?
That is true.
Or is there anybody from Bachelor that maybe you didn't watch the season, but like would be like, that'd be cool if they ended up on the beach in paradise?
It's crazy because I've only met a handful at this point.
Who have you met?
So after the final rose,
Mm-hmm.
hung out with Jess, Kylie, and Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
All amazing girls.
Ooh.
All amazing.
Kylie
girls.
back with
Love
Avon.
all 3.
Is she not?
No.
Didn't she get back together with Avon? Did they not get back together?
I have no idea. That it's usually the
No,
top.
they
I
split.
usually avoid exes on first conversations, but
Especially when you're trying to slide in there. So, you whoa, that was
Whoa.
crazy.
They
Whoa.
split up.
shot in the dark.
Yeah,
Shot in the dark.
They
Summer
split up.
last year.
They split up. Nick, your flashlight's on. Are you recording us? What's
No.
going on here?
It wouldn't matter.
Hello.
No, all 3 of them are
They're great.
incredible. From Joey's season, again, there's only so much I can.
You're not allowed
It's a-
to say Maria or Daisy because you will get absolutely crucified.
I wasn't even going to.
Perfect.
Daisy's a friend. Daisy lives like 5 minutes away from me.
Love Daisy.
Daisy and I are actually really tight. She's awesome.
She is great.
Yeah, but the
girl.
number of
Um,
like I thought it was gonna be Maria or Daisy. It's like, fuck, guys, Jesus, shut the fuck up.
Never would come out of my mouth.
But anyone from I feel like he had I like honestly cannot remember anyone from
I
his
thought
season
Lexi was
right now.
beautiful.
Oh
Who?
yeah, Lexi.
Lexi was
I wanted her to
Lexi.
win.
Autumn had really cool energy. She seemed really sweet. The one
Yeah.
that she cut the sausage in her
Yes,
mouth. Yeah,
yes,
that was
yes.
funny. I was like, you seem like a cool vibe. Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder who they'll bring for Paradise. That'll be because they have a few seasons to pull from.
I heard they
at
won't
this
be
point.
filming in Mexico anymore,
I mean,
which I'm really sad about. That was a great location, but I heard they're no longer going there.
Rachel was on Ashley's podcast. Is it Iconti? Is that you say her
Mhm.
last name? Iconetti?
Ike Natty.
Iconetti.
Almost Famous.
Yeah, she was saying that she's going to come steal me away from paradise at the end. I was like, her and I had really good banter too. She was really awesome.
She's
too.
really funny.
Yeah, she's really, really funny.
She's a good time.
and she lives in LA.
And she lives in LA. Okay, Rachel. Little Rachel and Jonathan
28.
sitting in a tree.
She's a little older though. I
like by a month or
kidding.
two.
By a month or two, something like that. They also they asked me to. I think other like news presses. They were like, "What if some of the Golden Girls showed up on Paradise?" I was like, "Don't you bring Jen or Joan to the beach right now?"
Don't you bring Joan to the beach? It's over.
I love Joan, by the way.
We love an
She's
age
the
gap.
sweetest.
love Joan.
I
I mean,
got
I've
her
never
number.
met her, but
That was a bad call on her part to give me her number because throughout her season, I am gonna.
You have Joan's number.
wow. Do you know any? Did she give you
Okay.
any tea?
Can
I don't like the face that you get Joan's
Did she
number.
give you any tea about her season?
No, we didn't even ask. We just talked about how much we loved each
People
other.
are saying they saw a big rock on her finger. So did you see that as well or no?
I wasn't even paying attention.
You're not a very good insider.
I just
He was too busy getting the digits.
Did you not watch the season? I just don't give a shit about the tea. I don't care. Like it's
He's a
just all
respectful
noise.
king.
I just
It is all noise. You're
like
right.
I'm worried
It is all
about
noise.
myself and who's across from me. I don't.
And that's how everyone should be.
No.
This podcast is all a bit. It's all a comedy show. None of it's real. All right.
Is it?
Insert. Let's.
I was like, is
Wait,
that
we're
good
gonna
or
wrap up
bad?
there we go. No, it's good. People take things we say a little too serious, or maybe it's like and it's just like, guys, this is just a bit.
We're just having fun.
We're just having fun. It's literally like you and Jen's videos. You're just having fun.
I'm surprised you guys didn't press me harder about what I'm looking for.
What are you looking for?
Wow.
You ask, you shall receive.
No, I mean I already told you the confident style,
Boring.
Boring,
Something
boring.
deeper.
Or something more
Yeah, give
Like-
us something a little
or
messy.
how about like a genuine like sweetness, like somebody who just.
Well, duh. You don't want someone who's mean.
Okay, so what are you looking for then?
I want to know,
What's a kink you have?
ooh, what's a kink? You like sucking toes, don't you?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I have nothing against feet. Like you could rub your feet on my face. I don't care, but
You wouldn't put them in your mouth.
no, why not? Like I told you I'm an open-minded guy. It's not like I'm sitting there like, yes, I need it, but like
Okay. Well, what's your go-to move in the bedroom? He's like, I was hoping.
He's like
for-"
eye contact.
He's so respectful and romantic. We can't get.
no, you can't be fully just respectful all the time. No, but that's not.
That's true.
sexy.
That's
know what I
not.
mean?
Yeah. Sometimes you need a little nasty.
Shit, I don't know.
He doesn't want to say. It's okay.
It's
It's
okay.
a tough question.
Just say it and we'll bleep it. It'll be fun. Just we'll just go. Beep. You can just be like,
I have no idea. I almost just want to say something so you can do it. just
Exactly.
So they're just.
yeah. That's the point. That's the point. That's the whole point.
You're not spitting in anyone's mouth.
Oh, yeah, I will. What?
Are
you kidding me?
He's like, that's a cakewalk.
Shit. I thought you said kink.
yeah, kink walk.
That's a
Energy's
cakewalk.
up. Who cares? All rules off.
What wouldn't you do?
Table.
What wouldn't you do?
Don't shit on me.
Oh
that's-
yeah, that would be crazy.
But
That's
so,
a far boundary.
Yeah.
Like,
That
it's
would
like,
be crazy.
so we're peeing.
Sure, why
Oh.
not?
Okay.
Oh my god! Like Odell Beckham Jr.
Yeah.
Like him. Okay. Wow. Interesting. I did not know he did that.
Well, that's more of like something he like asks for.
Oh,
I
he
think.
wants to be peed on.
I don't know if I'm asking for it.
Interesting.
But you're a willing
But you're not.
participant.
You're
I'm
involved.
I'm
You're
open-minded.
involved.
I'm
You're
open-minded.
He's open-minded. Listen, he's the only thing he's turning down is shit.
Yeah, and don't touch my ass either. That's.
All right, and
She's like, oh, there he goes.
I mean, listen, that's some women are into pegging or
Yeah, no,
stuff.
none of
You're
that.
not. You're not into that. Okay, good. I'm glad we cleared that up. Some people have been wondering.
Have they?
No.
Is that where you stand? Is that your boundary too?
That's definitely He's
Yeah.
like,
I'm not
I
into
tr-
ass play. That's just
Yeah, I try.
My thing.
I try to.
Every girl
not-
test the waters though. They all test the waters.
Oh yeah, I try to test
They
the
want
waters.
to. Yeah, they want to
like
see
going
like
up the stairs.
can
and
we?
He's like, get the fuck off me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I try.
never slapped a hand so fast.
anything else you want to get off your chest before I let you go? You've been very generous. We appreciate you.
I'm always very generous.
All right,
Yo, Nate.
Jonathan, he'll do anything but shit on you.
very open-minded.
No, nothing. Nothing. I need to get off my chest.
Not even shit.
Hopefully, I
we're-
get to do more things like this. These are so much fun.
They show your
Sitting here with you guys
personality
is
a
so
lot
much
more.
fun. That was okay. That's one thing that I would get off my chest is while on the show, I mean, I think I'm a nice guy in general. I think a missed thing is I do mess around a lot
Yeah, I
in
don't
life
feel
and
like-
just have fun and take life like not too seriously. So I try to do like an amazing job showing that on social media, that I'm just like not too serious with life, but like still very loving and like kind and open. So I hope people see that.
I think they definitely will.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I hope Rachel's into some stuff that y'all could do together, maybe. He's open.
I also mentioned
He's
5
open.
other women.
Yeah, why Rachel? Why are you locked in on
He just said
Rachel?
they had good banter. So I was like, okay, that's fun.
We
And she
did.
lives in LA.
Great time talking to her. She's awesome.
Yeah. Banter is important.
We wish you the best, man.
I
You do.
appreciate you guys having me on.
Thank you for
guys are
taking the
amazing.
time. It was very fun to get to know you.
Thank you.
I'm dumbfounded why we have to wait to 2025 to see you on TV again. But
Well, we'll see him sidelines of Dancing with the Stars.
Maybe they'll invite me up and I'll shake my ass for everybody.
can you dance?
I'm not bad. I'm pretty good dancer.
Jonathan, I guess we have to let you go. We don't want to, but
I don't want to leave. I'm having so much fun.
I think
Maybe we'll make some videos and stuff after this.
I think we will. Thank you guys for listening. Go. Where can people follow you?
Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. A lot of LinkedIn
Holy
lately.
shit. He's like my Pinterest, Etsy profile. I post a lot of.
What's your handle? What's your-
Jiggity John
Really?
on all social platforms except
Jiggity.
LinkedIn.
you might want to get that out there because I don't think most people will.
Jiggity.
Oh, they know now.
What's Jiggity about? John?
My best friend, he just has a lot of words all the time. And I walked in to his room one morning after I think we were on a trip somewhere, and I said something I don't know what I said, but he literally just goes, "Shut up, Jiggity," and I was like, "What?" and died laughing immediately. And I go, "That's it.
That's the
I'm
name.
changing my Instagram handle." Like that's
Jiggity John.
So now it's
Wow.
Jiggity John, and it just
Alright.
people call me Jiggity just because it's a funny name, and yeah, it just stuck.
All right. Well, Jiggity
Find him
John.
on Jiggity John.
Jiggity John. Like, it's fun to say too.
It is fun to say.
You know what I mean? People are like, you should change it for like SEO purposes. Like, if people look you up, and I was like, honestly, it's a memorable name. Like, I'm gonna just fucking leave it. Like, it's funny.
There you go.
Oh.
Fucking
But
haters.
Jonathon Johnson on LinkedIn.
You are.
Boring.
You
Yeah,
are
right?
Incredible. You're even better in person, man.
I appreciate it.
I don't get it.
I can say the same about you guys.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks for listening, guys. Don't forget to send in those questions at asknick@thevawfiles.com. We are back tomorrow with all the wives from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Did I say it right? Such a
Secret
tongue
Lives of
twister.
Mormon
Anyways,
Wives.
they're all with us tomorrow.
No way.
Yeah, it's great for a jam-packed electric episode of Going Deeper. And then on Thursday, we got Jenn Tran with us, plus a whole bunch of other stuff to get
Tell
into.
her I say hi.
I will, Jonathan. Yeah.
Is there anything you want us to ask her on your behalf? Are you wanting to know anything that you're?
Ask her if she wants to take me out on a date,
No, we will.
We will. No,
Yeah,
we absolutely.
yeah, for sure.
and then tell her about John and Vinny's.
I will.
Does she not know about it?
No, I will.
Tell her I want to be wined and dined.
Wine to dine. Got it.
I was chosen
And she
third.
has
I
to
think I
pay.
deserve
How
it.
deep can your
I'm kidding.
how deep can your voice go? You got a nice rich voice.
You ever heard "Your Man" by Josh Turner?
Yes,
Baby Lock. Yeah, that one.
you can.
I can sing the shit out of that.
Let's see it.
And anything Frank Sinatra.
you sing?
Frank Sinatra.
Throw me on the voice.
Frank Sinatra.
I have a very select few people that I sing in front of.
Can I
Jonathan,
play the
give us a no.
instrumental to Your
No.
Man?
No, absolutely
come
not.
on.
Come on, Jonathan. You can't.
You can't say
you
like,
can't
"Oh, I'm this
fucking-
amazing singer." Put me
Because
on the voice.
Okay,
Put me on the voice.
I never
Do you
said
want us to
amazing.
turn
I never
around?
said
Do
amazing.
you want us to turn
I have
around?
a
Will that
No,
make it feel like the
no.
voice?
Turn the cameras off and then maybe.
everyone, close your eyes. All right, close your eyes, Jonathan.
No, I'm not
Give
doing
us-
it.
Just
Yeah,
giving us
no,
a-
you can't. You can't
No,
do this,
look at
Nick.
this.
This is a nightmare. I would. You have asked me to do my singing. In
You
front
can
of people.
sing, babe.
No, but you ask people to put it on the spot, and it's terrible. It's awful. You can't
Should
do
we
that.
go do karaoke one of these nights?
We'll do karaoke.
Can
We'll bring
you-
Jen.
We'll bring Jen.
John.
Perfect.
The 4 of us plus Jen, karaoke night.
John.
Baby, lock them doors. No, I'm kidding.
Come on, give us a little
We're so
something.
close.
Come on, John.
That was pretty good. That was
No,
Josh
if
Turner goes
you
low.
hear me do My Way by Frank Sinatra is my number one, though.
Can-
Instrumental's
Just-
on right now.
Oh, the instrumental.
I'm not doing it.
John.
All right.
I get up and I just,
walk out.
no. Just,
Yeah.
Come on.
No.
You can't. You can't put people on the spot.
Yes, you
like this.
can.
You cannot. Maybe we'll do it for our.
I would
promo.
rather tell you my kinks than sing that.
Well, tell us more then.
No,
You had more that you didn't tell us.
I'd rather not do any of them. Honestly, bring me on again. Maybe I'll talk to you about my kinks and I'll sing for you.
All right, fine. We'll welcome you back.
We have more important people to have on, dude. You can't come back.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Yeah.
Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.